Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Nerd Rage Gaming Thursday Night League Challenge. My name is Dan Hugar. I am here with Brian DeVeza. And Brian, we have our last championship point event prior to Seattle today.
Yeah, and it's also Pokemon Day.
It is Pokemon Day.
I don't know if it's actually officially Pokemon Day, but it's Pokemon Week.
It's close enough. I actually think tomorrow's Pokemon Day, but we're here on Thursday, so whatever.
So we had to have our locals in anyways, but
yes.
Yeah, super happy to be here. Seattle's this weekend. Super exciting.
It is. Yeah. And you're not going to Seattle,
I'm not
right?
anymore, no.
I'm not either. I had my EUIC adventure, and that's going to be it for me for a little bit. And Jay Munoz, so happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for always joining every week.
But like you said, it's Pokemon Day, which is why we have green-screened Pikachus on our heads.
I know, they were starting to hand these things out for locals, and we were like, can't not wear it. Even though it's getting green screen, but whatever.
It's fine. Listen, we do it for the aesthetic. Yeah. It's fine. So just so you know, for those watching, you're like, why is Dan half on screen? I'm actually going to be running the stream today along with talking. So you're going to get Dan Hugar's voice alongside Brian DeVeza today.
Yeah,
so
Dan is Dan and Bryce, and
correct.
I am Brian and Dan.
So Brian is going to be the face of Nerd Rage Gaming, and I'm just going to be the voice of it for the day. So face of Nerd Rage Gaming for the day, Brian, what do you want to see today?
So I wanted to see some of that Mega Box.
Yeah, Mega Absol.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it won EUIC, and I don't think anyone saw that coming.
And it also won the Champions League, so
it did.
For people who are looking for something to play for rotation that kind of transitions pretty easy, that and Dragapult are kind of looking like the top choices right now. So I kind of want to see how those two kind of are like momentum-wise going into rotation. So those are the two that I'm kind of hoping to see.
Dude, I agree. I think Absol's going to be great going into rotation. Jay Munoz, we have a couple of our guys going, but not a ton of us. So it's going to be fun though. We'll be rooting for him.
Definitely.
I agree. Absol Box, I think, is good. Dragapult is going to be so good post-rotation, even if it's still infuriating. But we could have some good stuff. And one thing to note for everyone, Seattle format is pre-Ascended Heroes, which is why today, CP event, it's pre-Ascended Heroes. But we got some Champions League stuff to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. So we got some pictures for those, so we'll definitely talk those decks at some point today. So super excited to kind of see where our format's going to be kind of going into the rotation. So it's almost that time of the year.
I'm also curious, and Michael just threw another deck list at me, so we have plenty of lists today. Definitely. So, like we said, today is a challenge, so it is CP, and we also get 2 more auto qualifiers for our League Invitational today, Brian.
Yeah, so that's super exciting. So a couple people who decide, they want to make the trip out here today for the points could also get themselves an auto invite to our next invitational event.
Which is pretty cool, because we're still accruing store credit for it, so hopefully we get a pretty good number come June. Because we're going to have this in June, right?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, perfect.
And
all
it's
right.
cool, though, because even if you just come to 1 or 2 events and you get your auto invite, you also have a chance at all the store credit that we put on there, as seen by Dan Ibarra, who I think he got top 8 at a cup and then ended up winning the entire thing. So
John Wongard actually did the same thing.
Yeah.
Which, to be clear, guys, is not the goal. But if it works out that way, that's fine.
At least it rewards people who are really good.
Exactly, and I'm totally fine with that. But no, I think it's good. I'm gonna go pop over here to get us set up. But I think we could see some interesting stuff today. So one of the weird parts about this being kind of a down chill time in the format is that we oftentimes get some very, very interesting stuff come up. I'm just going to change it to Dan Hugar's voice. So, Brian, is there anything you expect to see that is going to be different? Like going into Seattle, do we think we're tweaking stuff from EUIC?
I wouldn't say so. I think it's going to be a lot of the same decks, but I think the thing that's going to get tweaked is a lot of the percentages.
I think that's super fair.
I feel like a lot of the Goldengo is going to go up even more with the Absol box win.
Well, so actually, if we're talking about this, and we got a minute before pairing's up, I do have some of these decks I want us to talk about.
Yeah, let's do it.
And this one is Absol. This is the one that won EUIC. And Brian, this deck is sick.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, that Claw of Darkness is just such a good attack, just because it's able to give you hand knowledge, takes card out of there as well, and it's just super, super powerful. And then that Mega Kangaskhan also acts as a good draw support as well. So draw support, it's got good attack as well. So the combination of those 2 Pokemon just leads to a lot of really oppressive hand control.
It does, and I am very, very excited to see what people do to abuse that, because that hand control can be so, so good.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Brian, do you know how to link chats together and merge them? Because I don't.
Good question. Usually I feel like our chat for YouTube shows up on this other one here.
It usually does, but it's not. So that's fine. All right, we're going to work on it. But regardless, Vocaddy, awesome to have you here. Jenk Enthusiast, Zoroark is a great one. And Jenk, you are absolutely correct. Tomorrow is going to be Pokemon Day, but we're just going to celebrate it today.
Definitely.
All right, so then...
And Zoroark's actually the deck that I'm trying to put my time into going into rotation.
Really? Okay, so tell us about that. Why is that the one for you, Brian?
So I was on Twitter earlier, and I saw Tord's list that he put up, and I was just very intrigued about it. Now that the End Zekrom is out, able to do 250 damage. It's got some really good synergy with Binding Mochi and Pecharunt. So I kind of like the way that all three of those kind of interact together.
Yeah.
So that was kind of something that really intrigued me, is because like Zoroark's able to kind of hit for really big numbers now without that Reshiram.
Which is a big, big deal, because now you don't have to rely on your opponent playing around Reshiram for your big one-shot. You can actually just play better and just be able to be the aggressor.
Yeah, definitely. So that's definitely one that I really want to put my time into, because I feel like it's one of those decks that if you get really good at it, it can definitely be like a very rewarding deck to play as well. So that's one that I've got on my radar currently.
Well, and anytime there's a deck that really rewards like excellent sequencing and excellent play, I'm always happy to see it do well.
Definitely, and I kind of like the way that it works too, because like your main attacker is also your draw support as well, and all of that. So there's definitely a lot of really big benefits to playing the deck as well. And now that like stuff like Goldengo is kind of exiting the format as well, that's just another matchup that you don't have to really worry about as much.
And I agree. And I think Goldengo is one of the biggest threats, and actually got second place, which let me throw that guy up here quick. But it did get second place, which is a big deal, because that is a very, very good deck right now.
Yeah, definitely. And it's one of the matchups that typically gives the Mega Box like a lot of trouble, just because it hits for such large numbers. But that's why that Toad Scroll line in the winning list is just so important, just because it is able to limit the things that the Goldengo is able to do.
No, agreed. And so we are getting set up here for our games, and it's we may have some interesting matchups here.
Yeah.
So, Brian, you mentioned Absol, and unfortunately, we're not going to see an Absol this first game.
I figured we wouldn't, but at least we'll see it at some point, I hope.
I am sure we will. And so we actually have an interesting mirror first. So, Brian, let me ask you, do you want to see the Poltnor mirror, or do we want to see Greninja Goldengo?
Ooh, that's actually kind of interesting.
Right?
Yeah, because like I feel like there's a lot of good talking points with the Poltnor mirror, but at the same time, it's Greninja.
It's Greninja.
So,
all right, so why don't we do this? Let's go Greninja versus Dango, because that just seems fascinating.
Definitely, let's do it.
So we're going to see Elias here playing against Ryan. And Ryan, his justification for playing Greninja was, I don't have any other decks with me.
Yeah.
Which is always a great reasoning. And Elias actually going to Seattle, and Dango may be the move for the guy.
Yeah, definitely. And it's definitely a deck that Elias has been playing a lot lately as well. So one that he has a lot of reps into. So it's going to be a good practice for him to be on the stream right now as well.
I agree. And I think that's one of the main reasons why I love having these, like this stream and then these games here, because it's such good prep for like major events. Because you get to play against really, really good players constantly.
Yeah, definitely. And being able to have this streamed as well just means that you're able to watch back the games as well, which is the best part.
No, and I love that. Okay, so we got that set up. We got that all fixed. And then we'll be able to just start here in a moment.
Yeah.
And then, Brian, did I lose that stream chat?
Oh, yeah, the
for
YouTube chat. I do not have the YouTube chat currently.
That is totally fine. All right. So I'm going to try to figure that out. But we're going to get started here in just a second. Brian, do you think there's a favor or what deck is favored here, do you think?
So I feel like it kind of depends on a couple things, because I think that the Greninja deck actually can be favored if able to get that Grand Tree in play early, just because I've seen so many times that the Greninja is just able to just shuriken the whole board, and all of a sudden we have no pieces left. So kind of depends on who gets started first. just because like the Greninja is able to hit those big numbers, has a good search attack, and at the same time, the Goldengo can just knock out anything in its path. So definitely a lot of those factors have to be in play here.
And I think that's really going to be the key thing is, can Dango, listen, I really just need you to be able to find the chat here.
Yeah,
Dango can just run over whatever Ryan's doing, so it's really going to be up to Ryan to slow things down until you are able to get ahead of things.
Yeah, definitely. And Alex in the chat, what's up, handsome fellas in the booth? Appreciate you for dropping by.
Alex, great to have you here.
Yeah.
Nick, great to have you here too, man. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate everyone in the chat.
Okay, and then I think, what does that mean? What does this mean? All right, I think we're going to get started here in just a second. Just waiting for a minute.
You just want to let them get started real quick?
Yeah, are they waiting for us?
I think they might be. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just check and see. Are you guys waiting for us? Yeah. Go ahead. All right, so we are off, getting started here, and we see a non-surprising start from Elias, and that Duskull's kind of a big piece for Ryan here.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, early on in the game, Ryan definitely wants to have those Froakies and the Duskulls in play, just because we want to see those manually evolved, just so we can start putting that damage into play as well. So it looks like we're just going to see the Badoo come down and the Froakie come down. And then Elias' side getting down the Energy, the Lunatone. It looks like we'll be playing that Arven as well.
And I mean, Arven's the ideal start for Elias here, because we want to try to set up our board. We're already going to be able to mine our errand run. And Ryan getting down a couple good pieces here, but it doesn't look like he'll be item locking next turn unless he has something like Hilda.
Yeah, so we'll see if he ends up getting that done. But at least for Elias, this is looking like a pretty decent start so far. So at least we know that we have the A-Spec in the deck here. And I'm trying to see what other things we can kind of look for. It looks like we're looking for the TM Evolution. And I'm wondering, okay, we're going to go with the Secret Box here as well. So definitely another good piece to have here.
And I mean, these are exactly the cards Elias needs to set up. Because look, we are getting everything we need and getting rid of some cards that aren't adding a lot of value right now.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to see the Artisan come down. He's eyeing the Buddy Poffin as well. So having all of those pieces as well, we'll be able to get our Solrock Lunatone engine going, as well as get us a supporter for the next turn, and then hopefully some more Gimme Ghouls so we can use maybe something like a TM Evo to evolve all of those pieces. But looks like we don't have another TM Evo, so it might be just a manual evolution this next turn here.
Which is not ideal. Now, he knows that he is safe from the, the spread from Ryan, but things are still a little sketchy. And Nito, yes, unfortunately, it's a little bit bright there. We'll try to adjust that in between rounds, but we can at least talk to what we're going to see there.
Yeah, definitely. So at least we kind of know what's going on, so we can keep everybody updated as we are going with what it looks like. So it gets like we're looking like we're going to get the Frogadier in play here, and then the Lily's Determination will get Ryan 8 fresh cards to work with here.
Which is so good.
Definitely is, definitely.
Okay, so then let me see. So with that Lily's, we see the energy attachment. What pieces is Ryan, I guess, what piece is Ryan looking for here? Like, what is the plan?
I mean, it would be nice just to get like at least like an energy in play so we can get the item lock going, as well as just some more Froakies. I feel like we need another Froakie just in case the only Frogadier in play gets gusted and knocked out. So I just want to see a backup kind of ready to go.
And I would agree with that. I think trying to set up the board here is good. The only issue is, because Elias is going to be able to have such a strong board late, Ryan's going to have to play to a de-evolution TM or something similar if Elias does get up a bunch of Goldengos and applies a ton of pressure here.
Yeah, definitely. And the Buddy Poffin was huge here because we'll be able to get another Froakie, as well as we're going to get Pidgey in play as well, which is going to be huge. Just because the moment that we're able to get Quick Search in play, the Quick Search is going to pretty much open up the rest of the game for Ryan here, so he gets so many other pieces.
And Pidgeot's one of those pieces that's rotating that has been the core of a lot of different archetypes, and now you're not just going to be able to go in and get what you want every turn.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like time really has just flown by, because it feels like it was just yesterday that we were getting Charizard and Quick Search back and all this other stuff. So it's kind of crazy to think that it's going to be rotating now. So,
dude, welcome to adulthood, man.
Yeah,
everything just goes so quick.
I know, it's crazy too, because like this past year has been like all the time that like the cards I first started playing with are starting to rotate because it started with Mew VMAX and then it went to Lugia V-Star, Arceus
Yeah.
V-Star, Giratina, and now all the G block cards are starting to rotate as well. So it's kind of crazy that everything I started playing with we're starting to go away now.
It is wild. And Alex, yes, I would love to say that the lighting is something we can easily control. We can't. Yeah. Or primarily because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's
but
okay. We have no Bryce.
Yeah, exactly. Ryan does get off the itchy pollen, though, so hoping to slow down Elias a little bit here.
Yeah, definitely. So the Artisan's going to come down on Elias's turn here. We're going to get the Soul Rock down now, so we'll be able to get that extra draw and see where we can kind of go from here. We're going to see what this draw gives us, and hopefully gets Elias an attack here, whether it be from this Gimme Ghoul here or from the Soul Rock, just because we do have Air Balloon in hand, so that could lead to either a free retreat or we could still attack, so one or the other.
And I mean, both of those are definitely good. Like, I think even just being able to pivot, get into a spot to apply a little more offense. I mean, getting to take a prize on this buddy was good. And actually the thing for Ryan is that a water enter? No, that is a Frogadier. We're still not in a position to snipe and board wipe here.
Yeah, we're not, just because we haven't gotten that first energy attachment yet. So if we are going to get an attack with the Greninja, it would be that Shinobi Blade that will let us search out a card from the deck. So definitely not looking too good on Ryan's side from a pace kind of perspective so far.
Oh, no, this is appalling.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely appalling for Ryan, to be completely honest.
Definitely.
Like,
but, I mean, on the bright side, we have the pink card in hand.
Do we?
We have the pink card.
So pink card's pretty good.
Pink card is pretty good. That Grand Tree is going to pretty much get us Pidgeot.
And I think that is a big deal because then we'll be able to start actually moving. Like, we'll be able to get set up. We'll be able to find our guys. The downside is Grand Tree will actually let Elias get at least one Goldengo up.
Yeah, definitely. So,
which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it definitely is. But there are ways around it, too. Like, if by any chance Ryan's like he wants to go into Pidgeot Ignition Energy, he could definitely blustery wind Grand Tree away.
That is certainly a thing he can do. And actually, I laugh at that. Against something like Dragapult or Charizard even, that's exactly what you do.
It's not a bad play.
No, absolutely.
It's not a bad play at all.
And so Ryan, unfortunately, here is kind of stuck. And I think he may be debating using that Grand Tree, but, man, I don't know if you want to use that Grand Tree until you're wiping some Gimme Ghouls out of the way.
Definitely. So I think he's still contemplating it anyways. Ooh, tough. So we're going to get the draw for turn here. Let's see what we go with. Looks like we're going to put the Fez down. Looks like.
Which, I mean, isn't bad.
No. Yeah, so we're going to flip the script here. 3 cards. We're going to get an Ultra Ball, Hilda, and a Latias.
Oh, goodness. Can we just, like, shrink this down?
It's okay.
Oh, y'all, I am trying so hard to figure out technology while Brian's talking about Pokemon here, so we're going to do our best.
Yeah, we're figuring it out. So as long as we get the games here, the games are what matters here.
Yes.
So.
No, we need to still have that.
That's okay.
Okay, we're going to figure this out, team.
Yep.
But yeah, so Brian, what is Ryan's call here? What are we trying to do?
Yeah, so it looks like he put down the Fez here. I think we played the Ultra Ball. I didn't see with the screen kind of moving around a little bit.
Yeah, that's on me. We did not play an Ultra Ball yet.
Okay. It looks like we're going to be looking through the deck either way for something for us to do here.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
There we go.
Now we got everything.
Okay. Technology,
yeah,
dude.
Technology is hard.
It is, man. I was an engineer for 10 years, and I still suck with technology. And now I talk about feelings, which means I suck even more with technology. So it's just not a good combination.
Yeah.
All right, so Ryan, however, does not suck at Pokemon, and he's trying to figure out any kind of plan here. But, like, if you're Ryan, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, part of me likes the idea of the blustery wind play, but I'm wondering if that play can kind of get compromised just because at any point the Goldengo could just knock out your Pidgeot, and all of a sudden you have no more quick search. So I'm wondering what the play kind of is here, because at any point, Elias has a lot of pressure that he can put onto the board, just because he's able to hit for like infinite numbers in a way.
So, and that's part of the issue too, is if we do use that Blustery Wind, we have to use an Ignition Energy to do it, which means we are yet another turn away from that spread with Greninja.
Definitely.
And I'm not trying to fixate on the Greninja spread, but when Elias is able to one-shot any EX and Ryan is not, we're going to have to win the game through a different route, and that route often is taking multiple prizes with that spread.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like the hill does the play here. Let's see what we end up grabbing. We're going to get a Water Energy, and it looks like we probably will get the Greninja EX, just so we can start attacking with the Shinobi Blade here, is what I would think. Oh, actually, it looks like we're going for the Pidgeotto, maybe?
And I think Ryan's debating, can I go in and get Budu and like try to item lock again, which may be the move.
Yeah, the item lock could be really good here as well, just because they'll try to slow down Elias as much as he can.
And Ryan is stuck, and I will not yell at him for pace of play yet, but we're going to move towards that relatively soon.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we're going to get the Water Energy and the Greninja EX here.
So the only downside here is how do we retreat out this Pidgeot, or this Pidgey?
It's tough. Looks like the Grand Tree is coming down, and we're going to be putting the Pidgeot in play here.
All right. So then if you're Ryan, you have the counter catcher. Are we knocking out a Gimme Ghoul?
It would be pretty good. I would actually like that play a lot. So it looks like we're going to be going for the quick search here. And let's see what we're going with here.
So and actually, this is one where we could go to item lock, but at that point, we're going to see some Goldengos come down from Elias. We've kind of missed our window there.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like we're eyeing the rare candy here. I'm wondering if we're going to go for like a Dusk Noir play.
Okay, so that would be good.
Yeah, I kind of like that play too, just because you clear out one of the Gimme Ghouls from the board, or it could be one of those things where we take out both the Soul Rock and the Lunatone.
So actually, I like your original thought of clearing out gimmies from the board.
Yeah.
Because you can always Mirage Barrage the Lunatone and the Soul Rock for 2 prizes.
Definitely.
The Gimme Ghouls will evolve up out of there, which is a problem.
Definitely.
How long do you get per turn? Brian, how long do you get per turn?
It's tough to say. It's hard just because as long as you're playing at like a decent pace, there's no I don't think there's a technical rule for how long you get in a turn, but per action they have times for those.
Correct. There is time per action. So in general, you get about 10 to 15 seconds per action. So like deck search and shuffling is like 10 to 15 seconds. Advancing your Pokemon is about 5 seconds. The idea is that, what is it? It's not a rapid, but a efficient pace of play.
Yeah.
A lively pace of play.
Yeah.
And so whenever you're sitting there like, good Lord, is this dude going to make a move? That is no longer a lively pace of play.
Yeah.
So it's definitely welcome to push back at that point.
Yeah, so that's kind of like why Dan earlier was saying, like, you know, he doesn't see, like, pace of play as an issue yet, but if it continues, then he'll yell at Ryan.
I will happily yell at Ryan. And so for those who are watching, if you're in a tournament, if you're playing against someone and they're playing slow as all get out, you are always free to ask your opponent to increase their pace of play, and you are always free to call for a judge if you think it hasn't been good.
Yeah, definitely. So that's definitely something that people often feel pressured to do and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where if you feel the need to it, make sure you tell somebody.
Yes. Always talk to a responsible adult if you need.
Yes.
That's not usually where we have that conversation, but that's fine. Whatever. All right. So, Brian, looking at this, we do see the draw from Goldengo. We see another Goldengo come down for Elias. And this is not a great scenario for Ryan.
Yeah, just because those Goldengos are in play now, and it's just going to be really tough to get those Goldengos out of play now, just because it's so hard to knock them out without using any of your extra damage modifiers like your Dusk Noirs and all of that. So going to be kind of tough to get them out of play here.
So that is exactly the issue, is that we are going to need a whole lot of exciting things on Ryan's end in order to pull off a win when Elias can apply so much pressure. But that only holds if Elias is able to take a knockout here, which he is not.
Yeah, just because we don't have that metal energy yet, which is kind of tough. Let's see what we're holding on here. We got the Arven.
We can go and get an air balloon if there's another one in deck.
I'm not seeing it, though.
Ooh.
Earthen Vessel. Can't play that right now.
We cannot. Okay, so Ryan may have just bought a turn here.
Yeah, which is huge for him, just because now that we have that that water energy, it looks like we might be able to make a play soon for maybe clearing that Soul Rock and Lunatone potentially.
Which is a big deal. Yeah, no balloon, no metal energy. Elias is not in a good spot right now.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so then, Brian, what does Elias do this turn?
Well, so for Elias, I mean, just hoping that that Budew gets knocked out pretty soon, or that Ryan just doesn't Itchy Pollen again, are some of the things he can kind of hope for, just so we can start using those items again. And it looks like Elias is at 5 prizes currently, Dan.
You are correct.
Yeah.
He is, and I will get right back to that. Give me 1 second here, guys. Sorry.
Good. You are all good.
Okay,
So,
I want to make sure we're no.
So it looks like we're going to be putting down that Ignition Energy, which is making me think that we're going for the Shuriken play here.
Sorry, give me 1 second here, guys. Yeah, if we're putting down Ignition Energy, I assume that's the play we're going for.
Yep.
All right, so
Looks
then
like we might not get the Itchy Smash.
we will not be having an Itchy Smash, unfortunately.
Yeah, so another Frogadier is going to be entering into play from that Ultra Ball. And it looks like we might be going for it here. And I'm wondering what we're knocking out here. Makes me wonder if we're going to be going for that Soul Rock Lunatone, or if we're going to take out that Gimme Ghoul and the Lunatone, something like that. Iono's going to be played here. Disrupt the hand a bit. And that Rocket's Watchtowers being in play is also kind of huge here as well, just because it is going to be turning off the Quick Search.
And I mean, that's the issue, is that the Quick Search is the core of Ryan's engine. Now, that Iono is certainly going to help things, but with Elias being able to still draw with Goldengo and Ryan not being able to Quick Search, this could get a little tough for him.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely can be. So, looks like we're going to get the retreat here. Looks like the Shuriken's going to come down here. And let's see what we take out. We're going to be taking out the Lunatone and the Gimme Ghoul.
And I love that decision, Brian.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think about that line?
Oh, yeah, definitely do. Just because when you break up that Soul Rock and that Lunatone, it's going to be tough, just because now, I mean, one of those energies is still staying in play. It's not going to be able to get grabbed.
Yes.
As well as needing to put in the effort to get that Lunatone back into play. So it's going to make it a little bit harder for Elias to be drawing cards and all of that.
And along with that, if Elias wants to put down another Gimme or a Lunatone, exactly like Alex is saying, that is 2 more prizes for Ryan.
Yep, definitely. I mean, we do get the Nest Ball here, so I mean, it would be able to search it out, but also relies on it not being prized or anything like that.
True. We could also Nest Ball for Fez, but if we don't get the knockout, things are going to get real scary for Elias, because Greninja can Mirage Barrage for 3 prizes pretty easily there.
Yeah, definitely. And putting Fez into play is also a risk here, just because the Shinobi Blade could also knock out the Fez for 2 prizes as well.
Yes.
Which would keep Ryan on that 2-2-2 prize trade.
Which is a big deal, because that's the way Ryan's going to win this game, barring a really exciting Crisis Punch.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's one of the tricks that this deck has, is with Ignition Energy and that Crisis Punch, you can knock out something with 280 or less HP very, very easily.
Yeah, and that pretty much fits the bill for what we have here, is just because all of these Goldengos have 260 HP anyways.
I know, and so that's great math for Ryan. The 260 is not great math for that Mirage Barrage, because that's 120 each, but as we saw, Itchy Pollen's helping that, and we still have an out to use Duskmar later in the game to fix some math.
Yeah, definitely.
A Bunny is coming down.
Bunny is interesting as well. The Bunny is interesting too, just because the Bunny is able to kind of help take easy 2 prizers as well. That one can also take out the Fez too, if you think about it.
So the Bunny can. The Bunny also gets knocked out for 1 energy attack by Ryan.
It also does too.
Which is a little sketchy.
It is a little sketchy, so kind of an interesting play to put down the Bunny right now.
Does Ryan's list play Briar? I don't think it does.
It's a way to lie. Fighting weakness. Don't evolve, please.
It does. It does actually play Briar. So you can also Crisis Punch Briar.
Yeah, that's all. That's a play.
So that is, we can take 3 prizes pretty easily. So, okay, Ryan is in a good spot here.
Yeah, definitely.
So then, does Elias have the KO?
I would think so. He had a lot of the items and then stuff in hand. And ooh, putting that to Fez is kind of a sketchy play here too.
Wait, Ryan could win next turn.
Yeah, he realistically could. Yeah.
Well, assuming this Greninja lives. If this Greninja lives, Ryan could absolutely win next turn. If Greninja does not live, I don't know how likely that is.
But we shall see.
So I'm assuming Elias does not have it yet if we're benching that Fez, right?
I think we might be just a little short. Ooh, fighting. Ooh.
Ooh, that may have gotten him there.
It could. I think it might.
Based on that response, I feel pretty confident it got him there.
Definitely.
What was your interpretation of that, Brian?
I think he does. Because we have the attachment for turn, and it looks like we have enough energy in the discard to be able to grab more for that knockout.
And I think that's what Elias is looking for, is a way to get a couple more energy out of deck. And so with that, we do need to hit 8 energy total, 1 to attach, 7 to attack with, and seems like Elias may have gotten there.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So if you're Ryan, how do you respond to this?
Responding to it's going to be a little tough. But the good thing is that we made it to a second Frogadier already, so we do have another attacker ready to go.
We do, which is exciting. However, that is not sufficient to knock out a Goldengo yet, unless we couple it with a Dusknoir.
It is not, but it looks like we are going to make it rain here for this attack. And we are going to be promoting the Pidgeot here. And let's see what Ryan does to respond here.
So we also don't have access to Quick Search because of that Team Rocket's Watchtower. And that could really hold Ryan back in putting together this combination.
Yeah, definitely can. So that's one thing that we're going to kind of have to look for here. And then Elias is at 3 now.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
Yeah,
yes, Elias is at 3.
Yeah, so I'm trying to like map out the prize map in my head too to see if this Crisis Punch thing is really happening.
So we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Currently, by the way, as an update on the Dragapult game, we are on about turn 7, and we have one player using Budu against the other player's Halucha. So things are going great over there.
Yeah, things are... There's some gaming going on.
There is some Dragapult gaming happening over there.
I think you made the right choice on the first game.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
We did follow that up by a Latias boss, so okay, good times. We now can see on Ryan's end, I don't know if we have what we need.
Yeah, it's looking a little tough. It looks like we're just super short of like a piece or two, which is tough because the Pidgeot could definitely solve that for us.
Yes, absolutely. And unfortunately, the Pidgeot is not currently solving that for us.
Definitely. So we're going to be looking like we're going for the Ultra Ball here, and I would think that would get us the Greninja.
It could get us Greninja or even maybe Dusknoir or Dusclops, something like that.
Dusknoir I can see being pretty good here, too.
So part of the issue is...
I don't like the Dusknoir play, though, because it puts us to Elias at 2 prizes, which means 1 knockout could win the game for him.
And I agree. And I think this is where things are difficult for Ryan, is how does he map out his prizes in this situation with Elias applying that much pressure?
Yeah, I think you have to go for a 2-prize knockout here. I feel like you have to go for the Fez or something like that.
So why do you think that?
Just because I feel like you need to get down to 2 prizes where like 1 knockout could finish the game for you, and you can kind of solve that in a few ways if you're able to. Like you can take the last 2 knockouts with something like the Crisis Punch, or if that your Greninja miraculously survives, you could take the last 2 prizes with another Shuriken play, or if you're able to like bump the Watchtower, you can also try to make a play with something like the Bear, too, to finish the game. So there's a lot of different ways you can kind of go about it. But I feel like going down to 2 prizes here is very important for Ryan this turn.
So I agree. I think that has to be his game plan to try to put himself in a position to close out next turn.
Yeah.
The issue is getting down to 2 prizes doesn't guarantee Ryan will have a knockout available.
Yeah.
Although if Elias does take a 2-prize knockout, that would enable Ryan to use that Crisis Punch.
Yeah.
But you're right. We kind of need Countercatcher or Gust knockout with Greninja on that Fez if we want to take 2 prizes.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, too. And it's like can't really use your damage modifiers or anything like that either, just because that's just going to allow Elias to get closer to winning the game.
And so Ryan does not only plays one counter catcher, only plays one boss's orders, and does not play Blood Moon Ursaluna. So we are really relying on Ryan Ryan is really relying on that Greninja to be the attacker.
And Roth, greetings from work.
Oh man, dude, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry it's from work.
Is this a parent-teacher conference season? It sounds like it.
Dude, it may be.
Because I know, I'm pretty sure Joe Storino is also doing parent-teacher conferences, I'm pretty sure, too.
Oh, really?
It might be that that time of the year.
Ryan, I will fully admit, Ryan is playing slow, and this is something I have gotten on him before about. But with a deck like this, each decision matters so much. Also, Elias and Ryan are friends. Ryan is certainly not trying to manipulate the game state with time. But if we do see that, we will happily yell at him.
Yeah, definitely will.
And Iono Budu, I think, could have been a good move. But unfortunately, we're going with that Colress, and I don't know if that's going to be enough here.
Oh, repping Poland for a multicultural fair. Okay,
that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Nice. All right, so then, Brian, what is Ryan's play? Are we just using Shinobi Blade into that Greninja?
Looks like it. That's what I would think is we're going to go for that Shinobi Blade. The nice thing is that since we can bump the tower now, is that we can quick search. So hopefully we can quick search for a Gust here, potentially.
Well, with one counter catcher being down, that's the only one Ryan plays, only one boss available, and we've already used our supporter. I think if we're hitting anything, we're punching this Goldengo.
Yeah, it looks like it. And then maybe... Oh, this is tough, though, because if we just punch into the Goldengo here and we don't have another attacker to use, it's going to be a little tough to figure out how to finish the game.
And that is a big thing. And Connor, yes, I am back on the mic. Happy to be here. Ryan is still on Greninja. I am less excited about that for him, but I'm certainly excited to be here. But yeah, Brian, you're right. It's going to be so hard to close the game, especially if Ryan gives up 2 prizes here. But we are not doing that.
Yeah, it looks like we're just going to go for the Itchy Pollen here.
Do you think that's the right call?
I think it's okay. I don't know.
That was an enthusiastic sell, Brian.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, Ryan is a very good player, much better than I am. So it's hard for me to disagree with his thinking just because I can see why he's doing the play that he is. He wants to buy himself another turn so he can, try to get another play off here. And he's hoping that with the lower hand size of Elias that he'll be able to, score, a turn without losing any prizes here. But with the Lana's Aid in hand, it's going to make it a little difficult.
It is. We also are going to be able to draw at least 3 cards of Goldengo. And if we do have any more energy, we're going to be able to draw 3 more with Lunatone.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be tough.
And I think Elias and Ryan are both talking about the prize map. Or are we in turns?
That's a good question.
We may be in turns at this point. And we'll check with Brian and see on that. Or excuse me, with Michael and see on that.
Yeah, Michael's, it's great. It's so great that we have him here today with us. So
goodness, yes.
Yeah. So it looks like we are going to play the Lana's Aid, and that's going to allow Elias to go down to 2 prizes here, putting him within the 1 knockout range of winning the game here.
And so, Alex, I think you have it exactly correct, just with a bit of a different order. It's going to be Briar, Dusk, Ignition, Crisis Punch, Game. Now, the odds of pulling that off are a little more challenging.
Yeah, I mean, at least, though, that we are able to quick search, which makes things a little bit easier.
It does.
So, I mean, we have ways to kind of get around here. So, I mean, we have the Fez, we got the quick search now. We have ways to get around it.
And I think, honestly, knocking out this Budu is obviously very helpful for Elias. For Ryan, it's kind of essential to enact that Briar game plan.
Yeah, definitely is.
And so we'll, for 4 prizes, no, I'm thinking Briar is needed.
Yeah, Briar, can we take 4 prizes without it?
Well, we can Gust Pheasantipity, Mirage Barrage to take 3, and Dust Noir, one of the other babies.
Yeah.
We can't Noir because we are down to 2 prizes. And you know what? It'd be a lot easier for you guys to see that if I adjusted the prizes. So that's on me, guys.
Candy Noir CC Barrage.
Yes, exactly. Yep. We do need Gust, unfortunately, to get to 3. And yes, Elias is at 2. Ryan is still at 4.
It's a big turn here for Ryan.
It is. It is like the turn for him, because if he does not close it out here, Elias absolutely has game.
Yeah, so we're going to see the Artisan come down here. I don't see Dusknoir, though, unless it's in the discard somewhere.
And so that's okay. We are able to go quick search out 1 card from the deck.
Yeah.
So as long as we have the rest of the pieces, that's fine.
Yeah.
But right now, Ryan, I don't know if Ryan has the rest of the pieces. Ryan could certainly ask to pop a Noir without giving up a prize. I don't know the odds on that one happening.
I don't know, especially when there's points on the line here.
Agreed.
Little tough.
So then, is that the only combo for Ryan?
It might be. I don't know. Based off the resources we have here, it's not looking too good here.
It is not. We do have about a minute until time is called. So Ryan can make a choice here. He kind of needs to make a choice here. What line do you think he's going for?
I think he's going to go for the Briar play here. I feel like that's what we got to do.
And I don't mind that. If we're able to Crisis Punch and Dusknoir, Briar is fine. We see an Ultra Ball that can get us Dusknoir if we go that route.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is tough. We already had Ignition Energy in hand from last turn.
Okay, it looks like Ryan's turn 0 now.
Okay. Sounds good. So then Ryan will have 2 turns to pull us off, but to be honest, Ryan wins this turn or he loses.
Yeah. Looks like it. And I forget, are we back to 3 turns or is this still 1+?
We are back to 3 turns. So
Okay.
EUIC was where they started returning 2, 3 turns and then time.
Okay.
All right, and so for Ryan...
I don't see that. Any pieces that we can really work with here.
Is Dusknoir prized?
I think so.
So that's sort of catastrophic here.
Doesn't look very good.
Because I think, honestly, we just need that. We don't win this game without being able to pop Dusknoir.
Yeah, it's not looking like it.
And Dusknoir was prized, so we do see Elias take it. Ryan does not have the combo needed to close things out. And I mean, to be fair, that's a pretty favored matchup for Goldengo.
Yeah, it's not the easiest one out there, so don't blame Ryan at all for not being able to take it here. But a super tough matchup either way. And that wraps up round 1 for our challenge tonight.
It does. So Ryan goes to 0-1, Elias goes to 1-0, and we did see, I believe, Christian Moshi win game 1 over there. So shockingly enough, a Polt Noir is 1-0.
Yeah.
And a Polt Noir is 0-1. So that's fine. All things in balance.
Definitely.
And yes, it is Ghost me, Connor, because we do not have Bryce. So I am both yapping and running stream.
Can we put PNG Dan in the slot? I don't know if our technology skills are enough to put a picture.
Fairly confident that is not a reasonable option right now. I'll see what I can do for next time. All right, so Brian, we saw one of the standard decks, one of the weird decks in Greninja, and for me, whenever we see a weird deck, I always want to talk about some other weird decks, and we had some shenanigans come up in Fukuoka this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Champions League happened.
Yes.
Champions League definitely happened, and there was definitely some fun decks that we did see place well in the event.
There were 7,000 players, which is a ton of players.
Yeah.
And we actually saw this deck get second place, which is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Our Believer EX got second place at the 7,000 person tournament. What happened here, dude?
Yeah, I don't know, but these grass decks are looking pretty good when Absol Box and Zoroark are pretty good decks. So the grass is definitely a good typing right now to have.
All right, so tell me about that, though. Like, why is grass so good, or is it just the fact that it has Teal Mask Ogerpon?
I mean, there's a lot of things besides that. Teal Mask Ogerpon helps as a good draw support. It's a reliable attacker. The Meganium helps, too, just because it allows the Ogerpons to attack for fewer energy. just because that wild growth ability. And the wild growth ability is crazy too because it's so much easier to get in play because of Force of Vitality, which pretty much allows you to evolve on the spot.
Which is excellent. And also, not only just does it allow attack for less energy, it, scales the damage so much more rapidly, which is just awesome.
Yeah, definitely. So, a super interesting deck that's able to get the stage 2s out very, very quickly.
And I mean, I think that's the fun part too, is this Force of Vitality basically got banned and expanded in Force of Giant Plants. But they decided to bring it back for some unknown reason. And I think their hope was just that the grass stage 2s were not broken enough to absolutely break the game. And is that the case still? I guess that's my question for you, Brian.
I don't know, actually. I've been playing against this deck a lot on the ladder for some reason, just because I think people just want something interesting to play. And it's hit or miss. I feel like if you get the forest down, you can definitely run over a lot of people. But if you don't, a lot of other decks can just run you over as well.
Which, I mean, makes sense. It's not doing a ton of damage. As Alex said, it's doing 100, or basically 120 damage just with the spread. But, I mean, you get the Teal Mask Ogerpon to reach for damage, and then you can clean up. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and the nice thing, too, is with the Meganium, just being able to make 1 grass energy count as 2 just allows more of your attacks to work.
It does.
Yeah.
And so we're actually going to get into our second game here. We already saw Elias, so we're actually going to see Moshi versus Eli. So Poltmore.
Did they play last week too?
They may have.
I think they. Oh yeah, you weren't here last week.
No, I was watching a baby, so they may have.
Yeah. No, but that means Moshi was with me then.
Oh.
I feel like this matchup we've seen before. The two of them play each other before, so.
Well, and we're seeing Moshi start Bear, so that's less than ideal.
Yeah.
Let me see. You guys can start whenever time starts.
Perfect. So they will be getting started here. Bear start for Christian is not the greatest, but
it's actually literally the worst.
Yeah, Eli's already off to a pretty decent start here. He has an out to fan roam, so I know Eli's already happy with that part. So we'll see where we go from here. The Ultra Ball is going to come down. Looks like we're going to discard an energy into Noctowl.
Which, I mean, is fine. We do have a couple nice stretch to work with.
Mo's in chat. I miss you, Mo.
Mo, awesome to have you here.
Miss you so much.
Oh, goodness.
Wow. So it looks like we're going to get the Fan Rotom in play here, and the Fan Rotom's going to grab the Hoot Hoots and Noctowls as well.
Thank you, Mo. Appreciate
thanks,
the
Mo.
monitoring and quality check.
Yes, thank you, Mo.
But no, Eli 1-0, Raging Bolt setting up, and to be honest, getting down this Fan Rotom is the biggest deal for this deck.
Yeah.
Because now Eli is able to set up and get all the pieces he will need for the rest of the game. So then what else is Eli doing this turn?
I mean, he's got energy kind of set up already. He's got the Baby Bolt in the active, which is huge already. So hopefully what he's hoping to do here is to just get a Crispin in play soon and just start sniping these Dreepies that start to come down, if they ever do come down.
And I mean, that's one of the reasons why Baby Bolt is so strong, because it can apply that pressure without putting a big ol' EX in the active.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Brian, what is in Moshi's hand?
He's got a Boss's Orders. He's got some Jerkcloaks, I believe, and some supporters that can't really draw him cards.
That seems appalling.
Yeah, it's not too great.
That is very bad. And it's not Fish Pass, it's Bear Pass.
Bear Pass.
And Croonin, Arboliva, listen, having Meowth EX as the supporter search is so good. That's just such a good consistency card in general. Volcani, yes, the glare is strong. I said I was going to try to fix it. I've clearly been here yapping and did not do a good job fixing it. So I'll jump on that in between.
Definitely. So the Crispin's going to come down here on Eli's turn here. And Alex, he did bench Moltres and pass, so not too good on this side.
Very bad.
Yeah.
I know we're being very kind here, but that is actually also the worst case scenario.
Definitely.
Because not only do we have a bad starter, we have another bad bench sitter that is going to interfere with Moshi's ability to set up for the rest of the game.
Yep, definitely. So we're going to be putting down the Mew, that looks like here, and we're going to be using that Crispin to put 2 more energies onto this baby bolt here.
Which, I mean, is good. Like, it's
Yeah.
good to be able to set up, apply that pressure, and Moshi's not exactly doing a lot to kind of push back.
And the Prime Catcher is going to come down here, and it looks like we're just going to be taking the knockout, I believe, onto this Moltres here.
So, to be honest, is that a good use of the Prime Catcher?
I feel like it's fine, just because it's pretty much putting Eli in a position to almost win the next turn.
Which I guess makes sense. I don't know if I loved getting the bear out of the active, but I guess it just kind of gets stuck anyway.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to see if another Noctowl can enter the game here and see if potentially we can kind of end the game. But I don't think we're going to at this rate unless we attach Nest Ball. Let's see what we can grab.
So Eli's going to be able to grab basically anything he wants here, but I don't know if Eli has an opportunity to truly close out the game on this turn.
No.
Just because we're not going to, or Eli isn't going to be able to take 2 knockouts at once.
Yeah. So it looks like we're just going to put down another Hoot here.
Which is great.
Yeah, and I think we're almost getting there to locking ourselves on the bench here.
Which I don't think Eli cares too much because all these bench sitters have value.
Yeah, they definitely do, and it's good too, just because Eli ultimately just wants to keep thinning out his hand here, and he wants to just cycle through the deck a little bit more and just continue to attack. So let's go and see if we are going to go for that snipe on the Badoo.
And I think that's absolutely the correct answer for Eli. This bear, sure, it may be able to take 2 prizes eventually, but it's not really a threat right now.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like the Hilda is going to come down.
Goodness.
And that is just, when push comes to shove, that's not the play that we want.
Listen, everyone who has ever listened to me talk knows exactly how I feel about that card. And this is the exact scenario where it is atrocious and does nothing to help at all.
Definitely.
Because, I mean, Eli basically has game this turn, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's tough for Moshi because he just kind of has to sit and look at the fact that he's going to lose this turn. Because we're able to go knocked out for, I assume, Crispin or Sada or whatever, as long as there's 2 different types of energy in the deck. Yep, Crispin, double down, and that will knock out the bear.
Yep, and that looks like that is game here. Not the most interesting one here, but we got Elias back here playing against Kev.
And honestly, this is a much more interesting game at this point.
Definitely.
But we do see Charizard versus Dengo. Charizard has taken the first prize. I mean, that's gotta put Kevin in a really good spot, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. And I mean, definitely a better position too, knowing that we got a Lunatone with an energy in the active here on Elias' side here. We definitely don't like seeing that.
We also have no Gimme Ghouls
We got
down.
no Gimme Ghouls here, and we've got a Baneri.
That is atrocious right now.
Yeah.
All right.
So Kev here, he's also rocking the Pika hat with us.
I do love it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I took mine off.
Yeah.
It was bothering me, and y'all can't see me anyway.
I got to keep mine on for the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said today, Brian,
I'm
you
the
are the face of Nerd Rage Gaming today. So
got to keep it on.
yes. All right. So then, tell us about what Elias is trying to do here. How do we come back from this spot?
Elias gets the secret box, which is great because that's going to allow him to reset up his board with more Gimme Ghouls, which is the goal. So hopefully we can get another Buddy Poff in here. We'll be able to. Oh, it looks like we're just going to get a Nest Ball instead.
Oh goodness!
But the fact that we're able to even retreat at all. Hopefully, we'll be able to respond with another with an attack here from that Soul Rock to potentially give us a tie in the prizes.
And I think that's going to be necessary for Elias to get back in this game. Is he is going to have to apply some pressure here?
Yeah, definitely going to be needing it.
Yeah, is this a turn?
Are cursed.
Yeah, these games have been a little brutal so far.
Yeah.
But for Elias, is this the turn to put down that Team Rocket's Watchtower?
It could be, yeah. I do like that idea just because it's going to, shorten up Kev's, board, as well as it's going to turn off the Jewel Seeker, and it's going to turn off the Quick Search as well. So I do like a lot of the stuff that the Watchtower does bring.
And so, speaking of, we do see a Gimme Ghoul we're going to actually be able to bring a little bit of consistency on Elias's end and set up a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
This is definitely the is it too little too late question.
I don't know. Part of me thinks no, just because, I mean, it's only been one prize here, and we can definitely still come back here with all of the speed that Goldengo does provide. I wouldn't say it's too little too late, but it's definitely one of those things that Elias definitely needs to sequence out these turns the right way, or else he'll definitely fall behind a lot faster than expected.
Well, so here's, I think, part of the problem. We may not have access to more than one Gimme Ghoul.
That's tough, too. Yeah, I see we got one in hand here, but it's looking like we don't have much else to work with here.
I mean, if Elias has prized 2 Gimme Ghouls and one got knocked out immediately, this puts him in such a difficult position.
Definitely, and it's looking like it's not looking too good right now. I'm trying to see how many Dangos we have in the deck here, just because it looks like we're going for a TM Evo play potentially, but
yeah, we just failed that Buddy Poffin, y'all. That is not ideal, to say the least.
Yeah, I think Elias is catching himself in a misplay here.
We are definitely rooting for Kevin here. That's a lie. We also love Elias, but I love Kevin. We are rooting for the Pikachu hat, though. That's for sure.
Definitely. It looks like that's the play we're kind of looking for, but looks like we didn't get the Dango in play, because it looks like it's in hand.
So, Alex, I tend to agree this is about game over for Elias, but when it is a best of one, there's not really an advantage to scooping it up early.
Yeah, so, okay, we have a Dango here. Ooh, we're going to put the low punny in play, though, which is kind of interesting. I don't know how I feel about that.
I actually like it.
Okay.
And the only reason I say that is because Elias is cooked.
Yeah.
Like, if we try to go with, and this is something I talked with Matt Bana over the weekend, actually. If you are in a disadvantageous position and you try to still follow the flowchart will lead you into a continued disadvantageous position and you will lose. So if you are losing in a bad spot, you have to do something different to try to gain an advantage, even if it's typically not the correct quote-unquote play.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, is it? Listen, Alex, I cannot say I watch Twitch almost ever. I'm here, I'm with my baby, or I am working.
Yeah.
And then we are choosing
to play Dawn, I think.
What do you think about this? What are we trying to do for Kevin?
Yeah, it looks like with the Dawn here, we're looking to probably just go for a potential Charizard play here, which I'm definitely down with. I kind of like that, just because if we go into Zard here, we can still stay on even pricing, or we can go back to even pricing, and we can continue setting up some other Pokemon here as well, like another Charmeleon in play. We can put a Dusclops in play. There's the rare candies, so Infernal Rain can come down here.
I may disagree with you here. I don't think I like going in with Charizard here. And the only reason being, if you go in with a 2-prizer that Elias can pretty easily reach and knock out with Goldengo, unless we're going Dusclops, Countercatcher, knockout Goldengo.
Yeah, but I don't think that would work. Oh, actually...
That's perfect math.
No, but the thing is, though, we couldn't Countercatcher because...
Oh, correct.
They'd be even on prizes.
So this is my only thought, is with Elias already having Rocket's Watchtower in hand, Kevin knows that Elias could technically Iono Watchtower knock out this Charizard, and then suddenly Kevin's in a very difficult position.
Yeah, not looking too good. But we're going to get that knockout here. Kev's going to go down to 4. Looks like this Goldengo is going to go into the active here.
Did Elias just top deck Iono? Did I see that right?
Let's see.
Well, apparently not if we're using Fez here.
Yeah. So we're going to go for the draw 3 here. And then Kev is at 4 prizes now.
Oh, thank you.
I gotcha.
Dang it. All right, guys. I'm used to just talking about the games, not all this stuff.
All good, all good.
Good call.
Let's see.
So if you flip the script, we do have an ability to draw with Lunatone, and we're going to get to draw 2 with Goldengo. if Kevin keeps his hand, though, I don't know how Elias wins.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why Kev was comfortable with going in with the Charizard, is that if he has the backup attacker kind of ready to go, he'll be able to hang in the prize trade either way.
Yes.
So I think that's the reason why. And it's like you still have stuff like the Terrapagos and other pieces like that to kind of keep you in the prize trade anyways. So I feel like that's the reason why we can kind of get away with this current way that we're approaching the game.
So I would say that holds if Kevin is guaranteed an out to find the follow-up attacker. And now, granted, we still have at least 1 or 2 Dawn left in deck. There's plenty of outs to find them.
And we have Quick Search still for now, unless the Watchtower comes into play.
And that's actually exactly what I was saying, and kind of my concern is, if Elias was able to Iona Watchtower, I think that could have spelled game over for Kevin.
Yeah, and I feel like the only reason why we're not looking to do that right now is that we have all these superior energy retrievals in hand. I feel like Elias doesn't want to put those to the bottom of the deck right now.
And I think the only reason Elias would have done that is if Elias could Iono early.
Yeah.
So actually, we have a boss. We haven't played a supporter yet. I don't know about you, Brian. I would love to see Elias knock out that Dusclops.
Yeah, I could see that being a good play. Definitely. Dusclops leaving the board will definitely mess with Kev's math a lot. And
looks maxing. There you go. Yes.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's tough too because it's going to put Elias on odd prizing already, which isn't really one of the things that Goldengo likes to do.
And that's certainly a problem. I think the bigger problem is Elias just absolutely straight up losing.
Yeah.
If we do something different.
Definitely. So let's go see if going against the flowchart is going to be rewarding Elias today.
Unfortunately, as I said that, I don't think we're going against the flowchart. I think we are straight up flowcharting it right here. And that is going to put Elias in a really tough spot.
Yeah, so we're going to use 2 superior energy retrievals here. We're going to discard Arvin. And something else.
So actually, I would love to see Elias use that Turo because we haven't played, or Elias hasn't played a supporter yet, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So Elias could Turo up that Pheasantipity and then force Kevin to use Dusclops to take a knockout on this Goldengo.
Yeah, or
we could not listen to that whatsoever.
Just knock out the active.
Because, why not, man? Let's just roll with it.
Definitely.
Sure.
So we're going to promote the Pidgeot here. Kev's going to draw for turn, and we're going to see what we can look to do here now.
I think this is the really hard thing for Elias. With only 1 Goldengo, there's just not an opportunity to try to reach and knock out another Charizard.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, too, like, if Dusknoir is here, I could see Kev just winning this turn, right? Or something. No, he can't win this turn.
I don't...
No, he can't take 4 prizes. I was thinking about, like, taking out the low punny here.
There is... I don't think so.
I don't think you can do it.
I don't think so. The deck sometimes plays Defiance Band,
no,
but I don't think that would do it.
I don't think Defiance Band is a thing anymore in Zard.
And even then, we would only get to 300, so we couldn't take those 3 prizes on the bunny. So then, thinking that Kevin can't win, what does Kevin do?
Yeah, I think he just tries to find a way to knock out the active again. And just being able to stay on that even prize trade is definitely the way to go right now. So that looks like what Kevin might be doing here. The quick search, see what we grab here.
I will say, I'm actually less concerned about the prize map for Kevin. I think the bigger deal is if you just knock out this Goldengo, I don't know how Elias does anything that truly threatens you after that.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. I would tend to agree, Connor, and that's horrible still.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, Elias is just in a terrible position here.
Yeah, not looking too good.
I swear. Oh, I was looking for Kevin's list. All right, that's fine. So then Kevin going to be able to hit either with the... I guess we could hit with Terrapagos, but I think Kevin really just wants to hit with Charizard and knock out this Goldengo.
Definitely, and I think we would need to pop the Dusclops in order to take that knockout anyways.
Yes.
So let's see if we'll be able to reach there.
So is there anything wrong with Kevin taking 3 prizes this turn?
I don't know, actually. I feel like it's kind of an overreach. but it's actually a good question. I don't know.
So the only reason I'm thinking that is we could pop Dusclops just to fix some math on Goldengo, but that doesn't really help us.
Yeah.
What if we're able to pop Dusclops pop Duskmar to take a knockout on either the Solrock or Lunatone, then Kevin's in a position to just close out the game next turn with either a Duskmar or an attack.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we searched out the Super Rod here. So we can put some of those energies back into the deck.
Oh, and Mo, I completely missed the chat. Dude, it would be awesome to have you out here, but understandable. Please definitely fast and care for yourself.
Yeah.
And then also, dude, enjoy Seattle this weekend. I hope you have a blast.
Yeah, Seattle's a beautiful city, so anyone who's going there, make sure to explore, enjoy the city. It's an awesome place to be.
And Vocati, you're correct. The glare is intense. Yes. I promise I will actually try to fix that in between rounds this time. So then Brian has Charizard set up. Kevin has Charizard set up. Kevin has Terrapago set up. We have a Dusclops. I don't know what else Kevin needs, man.
Yeah, it's a little tough for Elias to kind of claw his way back from this, but it's definitely possible, especially if we're going to go the route of Terrapago's closing out the game, just because it would require Kev to load up that board again if we do go the Watchtower route.
Yes, agreed. And Kevin has everything that he needs in hand, too, to close out the game. The question's just going to be, is Elias able to Iono Watchtower and have that stick?
Yeah.
Norrock, Klops, Bunny. Yes, except for we just benched the second Duskull this turn, so we're not going to be able to pull that off.
What I want to see here is if we do pop the Klops here, I want to see Kev put down the Fez like right away, just because we got to expect the Iono to come pretty much right away.
Yes, I think that is a great idea, just to kind of set up for the next turn.
Yeah, so it looks like that's going to be partially what we're doing here. So we're going to see the Klops get popped here. We're going to put that damage on the Lopunny. Oh, but it looks like we're just going to go for the knockout here.
What do you think about that decision, Brian?
Man, Kev, got to put down that Fez. You're going to get Iono next turn. I mean, granted, it's like you still got the Pidgeot, but at the end of the day, you never know.
So, hilariously, we actually can Lopunny hit this Charizard for 230, put down a Gimmighoul, Watchtower Iono, and Kevin does not have game.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, will that happen? Only time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell. That's for sure.
But I'm pretty sure time will tell us that will not happen, and Elias does lose the game. But, I mean, play to your outs, man.
Yeah, definitely played it out. So, I mean, he still has a chance at the end of the day. So let's see what he does with the chance that he's given here.
That is such a poetic way to say it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Definitely.
So we do see another Gimmighoul.
So we finally have some more from the deck here. Don't have many cards left to work with, though, unfortunately.
We don't. Elias's hand is pretty stacked, so we've got some good pieces in there. Just, it makes that disruption play even more painful.
Yeah, definitely. So part of me is wondering if we play the Superior Energy Retrieval here to get that energy for the Lopunny to attack, and then if we end up going the route of doing the Watchtower Iono.
Wait, Connor has a very good point here. If we go CC Iono Watchtower, take a single prize with Solrock, all of a sudden, man, Elias is in a position to just win next turn.
Yeah, definitely. 'Cause, I mean, at 3 prizes right now, so let's see where we're doing here.
Has Elias discarded his counter catcher?
Good question. Oh, he has it in hand.
Wait, we may have the play.
Oh,
holy, Brian, is someone actually going to listen to us?
I think so.
Could it be?
We could be listening to Connor.
We could be listening to Connor. Okay. All of a sudden, there is a line. And so, Brian, it's almost as if Kevin listening to you would have made a huge difference here.
Yeah. Definitely. So let's see what we end up doing here.
Connor's got the secret Morse code way in.
Definitely. You can hear through the walls.
Hey, we're actually talking quietly. They can't all hear us this time.
There's the Watchtower.
And so Kevin does have to discard down, but honestly, pretty easy choices.
Yep.
And then we're going to see the Iono. And all of a sudden, Elias is back in the game.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I say that right before Kevin top decks boss.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I don't want to wish that hate on Elias, but it could happen.
Yeah.
And so this has been like an interesting discussion with Goldengo of playing kind of the legacy straight up, like just attacking Goldengo versus including pieces like this in order to disrupt and give yourself a chance in rough situations.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see. We're going to probably play that Earthen Vessel, try to get some more energies onto the board here, or just the one energy onto the board here. It looks like we're going to take the knockout on...
And a Goldengo off the prizes is actually really big for Elias because now we'll be able to attack with a Dango next turn.
Okay, so we have the area 0.
That's basically
crazy.
a game.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Wow.
That is,
Wow.
After all of that,
wow.
Elias puts together the combo just for Kevin to draw area 0 off the Iono to 3.
Never punished.
Goodness.
Wow.
All right. Well, that's just wonderful. So, Brian, do you want to talk to Kevin a little bit about this Charizard list?
Let's do it.
Perfect. So let me go grab him. And I don't actually think I have a deck list for...
It's
wait,
okay.
I totally do. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. So this is actually a list that came from Birmingham. That was one of the top performing lists.
Okay.
So let Kevin know we are summoning him and talk a little bit about this deck, Brian.
Yeah, definitely. Zard was definitely one of the hot decks. Coming in from the last format into this format. Just, all reliable Charizard at the end of the day. Being able to take advantage of all of these stage 2s as well as the I can hear Kev from outside, but being able to take care of use the Noctowl engine as a way to get a lot of your items and stuff like that just lets you set up your board a lot better. So super cool deck here. Definitely one that I tried playing as well, but definitely requires a lot of good sequencing as well. So definitely have to think about that if you decide to pick up this deck. So hopefully we're going to get Kevin here soon to talk a little Zard here so he can teach us how to sack our opponents.
I did not play well.
Dude, that's crazy.
I did not play well.
Dude, absolute sack.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, can I put this over?
Yeah. You just got to be a little careful.
I did not play well, guys.
Yeah. It's all right. What up, Kev?
Not much.
What do you think of Zard?
It's fun. I just be playing the deck too much.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing else I can play.
Yeah. You got to
Nothing
play it
else.
while we can before it rotates.
Yeah.
That was our baby, man.
Yeah, I don't know what I did. I had no idea what I was kind of doing that entire game, which kind of like sucked.
Dude, I was trying to tell you that after you pop the Clops, you got to put the Fez down because like we were like, dude, that Iono, that Watchtower Iono is going to come down like right away.
That's not my list. That, by the way, that's why I was a little confused.
No, it's just a list.
A list. Yeah.
A list.
But
yeah.
No, yeah. I didn't need to take a knockout. Because I could have just like swung into the Pog or into the Goldengo and then saved the Dusk for later, and then like save myself like 2 extra cards off Iono. And like I knew he had Watchtower, so that's like I was trying to just like use the Noctowls while I could, and like just thin the deck that way. But then it felt really bad when I was like, all right, I played Dawn, and then I'm like, what am I doing now?
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, like I kind of bailed myself out in a way, but like honestly, just drawing the AZU is pretty good.
Yeah.
I prized the second boss. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Still won.
Yeah, he still won at the end of the day.
Easy game, easy life.
Yeah.
You know?
A win's a win at the end of the day.
A win is a win.
Yeah.
Dude, look, Connor says he doesn't even know either. I don't even know either.
I don't even know.
It's that London, dude. Yeah, the London learning.
Yeah, London learning taking effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it been? How's the other games been?
The other games have been pretty interesting. We had interesting is a strong
like
word.
mine, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean Eli's game was really quick.
Yeah, I played pretty bad, but it worked out.
Yeah. That's what we're saying. A win's a win at the end of the day, right, Dan?
Listen, it was not the prettiest gameplay we've ever seen in this household.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I kind of just got like at one point there's like when I have such a strong start, I'm like, oh my god, I'm just gonna keep playing cards, And then I'm like, why am I still playing all these cards for no reason? Like, I had such a more, like, overpowering start that it just gets overwhelming. Like, I can just play all these cards for no reason. And I'm just like, why am I playing these cards?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I just hold them?
Yeah,
Man.
Pika hats.
Yo.
Yeah.
They're, like, translucent, bro.
I know.
They can see behind me.
I know.
They know that the NRG banner is right there.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So I've tried to work on the glare. So we're going to see. I don't know if it did actually much.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, dude, not the glare, dude. That's what they do at when we have the other streams, like at other places, and it's like you're trying to fix the glare.
Yeah,
Oh,
it ends up just making it worse at the end of the day.
Nah, the glare. I think it's just probably the sleeves.
So playing shiny cards is not helpful.
Yeah.
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 But all right, Kevin, any other thoughts on the deck?
Decks. I like the deck. The deck is more fun with the water pond. I definitely like the water pond. I definitely want to put Crispin back in.
Yeah.
Or else it's just like the water pond is just like very, very, very situational and niche without it.
With the Crispin, though, it's like you only play one water energy.
No, that's why I would put the second water energy
Okay.
in.
I was about to say, because I feel like if you play the Crispin and you have like only one water energy, I feel like that card would be pretty useless if you prize the water.
Yeah. No, that's why I would definitely want to put I want to put Crispin back in, another water. But then, depending on how many people play Clef Key, maybe take out. I mean, how many people play Psyduck, take out Clef Key. But I think Psyduck's gonna be more like a standard card that everyone plays. So
Definitely.
I think I just have to play it. One jet feels bad, so like 2 jets gotta go in. So I don't really know what to like cut.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, definitely.
I gotta go to the next
All right.
round.
Thanks, Kev.
No problem.
Good luck.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. So pairings are up for round 3, which is fantastic. Also, Brian, your hat is just full-on blending into the background
it's
there.
So funny. It's like the beanie I had like a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Like you can't be wearing green on the stream anymore.
Yeah, so Bryce yelled at Brian. I'm just going to yell at Brian and myself because I had it on for a bit too.
Yeah, I just think it's so funny.
So one of the decks we really haven't seen much of so far is Pokémon, which is weird because it's one of like the top 2 or 3 decks in the game right now.
Definitely. And Pokeball. I hope everyone has a great Pokemon day and weekend. I hope so too. And if people don't know, Fire Red and Leaf Green are getting ported to Nintendo Switch starting tomorrow. So
wait, is it tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. It's up for pre-order. So
Kate and I are almost completely through the DLC for ZA, and we need a new game to play. So we may pick that up.
Yeah, it's $20.
That's not bad.
And there's no like online functionality, unfortunately, but local functionality. So if one of you guys gets each version of it, you guys can like complete the Pokédex that way if you decide to, or get the version exclusives and stuff like that.
Wait, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm definitely really excited for it. Fire Red and Leaf Green were my first Pokemon games growing up.
Nice.
So I'm really excited for those games to come back and to play those again.
It's going to be table 2 on 1.
So yeah, hope everyone's enjoying Pokemon Day so far, and hopefully you get some cool announcements too. I wonder if we're gonna get like another Presents kind of like event or anything like that. Yeah, definitely. Everyone's saying. I think I'm gonna get Leaf Green though, because I feel like everyone's gonna be getting Fire Red. So I think I'm gonna be getting Leaf Green.
I'll be honest, I never played either of them because I had stopped playing Pokemon, the video games at that point, and honestly, I'm really excited to get to play like the Gen 1 original stuff with something else.
I feel like
this
that's
is gonna
the
be
best
cool.
way to play it too, just because they did the Let's Go ones, and I didn't think that was a really good representation of Gen 1, in my opinion. So it's cool that we're gonna get this version back. And for a lot of people, it was funny because like my TikTok algorithm was like telling me about like, oh yeah, it's like if you're playing these games for the first time, you got to remember we don't have all the modern stuff. Like there's no like full team EXP shares or anything like that.
Oh my goodness, so, that is going to be a loss.
So it's going to be a little bit more of a hardcore experience, and I know a lot of people have been kind of wanting a harder game experience. So hopefully that serves as a bit of a challenge for people. So yeah, super exciting for all of that. So hopefully everyone gets to enjoy those games. I unfortunately work tomorrow, so after I get off of work, I will be playing Fire Red, Leaf Green.
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah,
and that's exciting.
Yeah.
So I have a special treat for everyone today.
What do you have a special treat?
Because we're going to see Kevin play again.
Oh,
which is great, because that always is a treat.
I love watching Kevin play.
Yes, Kevin's opponent, number one, is putting the hat on, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy, do we have a matchup for you. We have Jason playing Conkeldurr into Alzard. And let me tell you, Brian, I am hyped.
Yeah, I'm hyped too. I've played Jason before. I don't get to play very often at Nerd Rage Gaming.
Because we're usually talking.
But the one time I did get to play, I played Goldengo once, and I played against Jason's Conkeldurr. And the Conk honestly destroyed me.
It has a pretty good Goldengo matchup.
Yeah, it has a very good Goldengo matchup. So Jason definitely knows how to work this deck. And also plays a poison package, I'm pretty sure. If this,
it has to.
Yeah, if this deck hasn't changed much. So the poison package definitely helps reach those high numbers. So.
Well, also with Conkeldurr, whatever, Conk only is able to attack without energy if it's affected by a special condition.
Yeah.
So the poison is always mandated. Getting the mochi and everything with it is a bonus, and boy, does that bonus matter into a lot of matchups.
Definitely does.
All right, so let them know they can start whenever they are feeling it.
Yeah.
And then we can go ahead and get rolling here.
Yeah,
Give me one second.
Absolutely. All right, so the boys will get started here. And looks like Jason will be going first here.
And I mean, that's amazing if Jason can get a Fan Rotom down.
Yeah, so we have an Ultra Ball here, so hopefully that leads to Fan Rotom, but if we have to discard some of these important tools here, it might not be the greatest.
Wait, there's a small chance we win the game right here.
Is there?
Because I believe we do play Pecharunt.
Pecharunt, you're right.
And we have a Jet Energy in hand.
Oh, you are right.
If we have an out to...
we would need what? The, what's that, Among Us.
We would need the Brute Bonnet.
With
the
item.
Ancient Booster Energy Capsule.
Yeah.
And then the Pecharunt, a way to switch it in. And
I don't think that's the route we're going.
It doesn't look like it, because it looks like we are getting Fan Rotom. Dang it, I swear I tried to move it. That's fine.
It's okay.
Sorry, guys. But we are going to get Fan Rotom. We are going to set up a board with a bunch of Dun-Duns. I mean, that's really good.
Yeah, definitely is.
And also, what a cool draw engine for this deck to have. Wow, they picked the most glaring portion of the board. All right, and we do get to go into Fan Rotom, and that's not bad.
It's not bad, yeah. There's definitely some stuff to work with here. So on Kev's side here, he does have Buddy Puff, and he's got Dawn. He's got a lot of stuff to work with here, too. So he'll be able to get some good pieces on his board here, as well as be able to use the Fan Call to get some of his other pieces he needs. So hopefully we're going to go like Charmander or Duskull here, and then get some Hoot Hoots Noctowls off of this Fan Call from the Fan Rotom.
And I mean, that's so good for Kevin to be able to set up this strong of a board.
Yeah, definitely.
Jason is in a good position because Jason would be able to take a knockout. The only issue is by putting that Fan Rotom in the active, Jason gave Kevin an opportunity to initiate the prize trade.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, Ralph, I agree. Yeah. There's unfortunately pretty bad glare on both of them, which I'm going to have to talk to Norman Bryce about. And unfortunately, getting some bad technology, there actually is a sheet covering the lights above to mute the glow, and it is doing nothing of any value. So I am actually, though, going to ask Jason quick to move his cards a little to the side. So, Brian, talk us through this turn for Kevin.
Yeah, definitely. So the Fan Call just went down here. And we do have some of those Hoot Hoots Noctowls in the hand now. So Kev's just going to continue to get his side kind of set up here, just so we can kind of go a little bit further with the turn here. Didn't really help too much with the glare, but it definitely looks a lot better now. So we'll see. So the Dawn's going to come down here as well. Yeah, it's a lot better. I mean, the timber's like half covered right now, but we can see everything else, which is kind of the goal of it.
Listen, guys, we're doing our best here. This is a highly professional environment.
Yes, highly professional. You can definitely tell that we have amazing production value here at Nerd Rage Gaming.
To be honest, for like a dinky little store in Buffalo Grove, Illinois, we actually have a pretty good production value, but please don't hold this one against us. But yeah, so Kevin's actually setting an incredible board up here.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, he's got a lot of pieces to work with here, and then he'll be able to get real set up the next couple turns here, and then he's going to hope to maybe go for a water pond play here soon.
So that would be catastrophic for Jason, because water pond being able to wipe Timbers from the board would prevent him from being able to do anything in the matchup.
Definitely. So we have a lot of pieces here now. That water energy is coming down onto the Ogre Pond. And so we got to see some of these the Dunsparces now get to work. We'll see if we can draw some extra cards here.
And so
Colress coming down. That's going to get us that stadium. So at least we'll be able to attack with the Fan Rotom.
we will, or Jason will. It's also going to enable us to get energy cards, so either Jet Energy or something similar. And, I mean, and the enriching energy. And that's big because that combos so well with Dunsparce, being able to draw 7 cards off of this.
Definitely. So, yeah, and then it's going to end up just recycling it back into the deck as well, so we'll be able to use it more and more times as well. So that'll be super huge here for Jason. So let's see what we end up doing.
And so we do get, or excuse me, Jason does get the Town Sword too. Oh, man.
Oh, and we have our pieces. We can definitely get a Conkeldurr in play here.
We can, and that matters so much for Jason because that, wow, we could get 2 in here.
Yeah, we can get 2 for sure.
Because that completely undermines the power of that water pond if Jason is able to prevent that water pond from knocking out a conk line.
Yeah, definitely.
And obviously, Jason wants the Dunduns to stay on board so Jason can continue to draw. But, I mean, this is so good.
Yeah, it definitely is super good here. So we'll see what we end up doing here. The Brute Bonnet's going to come down here. And then I think that's going to be the Town Store to get the Future Booster Energy Capsule. And that'll go on to the Brute Bonnet as well.
Brute Bonnet also is good because it cannot be knocked out by Kevin if there is the Ancient Booster Capsule on it.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you to Jason for moving the cards down a little bit here.
And nice to know the thing with the Ancient Booster Capsule is a Brute Bonnet, so that one's pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll be able to get our poison onto the conch here in just a second. Ultra Ball is going to come down as well. And I'm wondering if that's going to grab another Timber.
That would be my thought, and I think it makes a lot of sense to have a backup line available since Charizard will be able to knock out Conkeldurr starting next turn.
Yeah, definitely. And that is the route that we do go, is to get that second Timber here. And it's going to put a lot of pressure on Kev here, because originally his plan was to go for that Torrential Pump play, but now he's kind of being forced into the Charizard play here when another Conkeldurr can come into play pretty soon.
I think Kevin can still go with this Torrential Pump play.
Yeah,
so
I think he might be.
Because Kevin still does get 2 prizes off of this play, which is plenty of pressure, since it does get him ahead in the race against Jason.
Definitely. It looks like Jason will be down to 5. Great job, Dan.
Thank you.
On that one.
I actually got it this time.
Yeah, you got it before me this time. But it looks like we're going to go straight into the rare candy Pidgeot play, I think, here.
And that has to be good for Kevin.
That's got to be. That's got to be the play here, just because the Pidgeot will be able to set up the rest of the play here. So, going to search out another card here, or another item card, or another trainer card here with the Jewel Seeker. So we get to see what else he can grab.
And I mean, there's a ton of good options here. Even like Kevin is showing there, a Buddy Puff and a setup more is great.
Yeah.
Getting another candy to go into a Charizard could be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think that's really the threat here, is if Jason Gus knocks out Pidgeot EX, it could be hard for Kevin to follow up.
Yeah, you know, the thing that I was kind of thinking is if he had the Dusknoir, he could go like, you know, Dusknoir, actually, no, he can't do that play just because the Torrential Pump needs to attack the active. I was like thinking about plays that could potentially knock out both Conkeldurr lines, but it seems to be a pretty difficult endeavor to kind of do that.
No, actually, if Kevin was able to find 3 candy, which I don't think Kevin even plays 3 or 4 candy, we could go Dusknoir, knock out Timber, Candy Charizard, Countercatcher, Conkeldurr, knock that out, and that is a super reasonable play.
Yeah, definitely. So we were getting the Dawn out here, so the Dawn could definitely get us closer to that kind of play here. We do have another candy here too, so let's see if we're able to get that far.
I think we are going to use Charizard to set up the water pond to spread, which is good.
It definitely is.
Because getting 2 prizes here is a big deal for Kevin. Now, I don't know where we go from here, but...
Yeah, but at least we have, stuff to do. So we're going to put down that Charmander here.
Oh, dude, Nick, I could not imagine sitting back watching this on a cruise. That sounds amazing.
It's crazy, too, because he said that the same thing last week, too. So... He's been on this cruise for over a week now.
Well,
so
I think he's back from the cruise, but being able to watch it before must be sick.
Yeah. So I remember hearing this last week, and Moshi and I were like, "Oh, must be nice to be on a cruise."
All right, so we do see the Dusclops come down, nor may follow, but we're going to get 2 prizes, or Kevin's going to get 2 prizes here, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, 2 prizes is still a good play here for sure.
Now, if you're Kevin, do you take the Timber or do you take a Dun-Dun? Or a Dun?
I don't know. I feel like you take the Timber here. I don't know. Actually, it's actually tough. I want to say you take the Timber, but at the same time, I can see the merit of taking the Dun-Dun.
So I think for me, it depends on what your game plan is. Are you planning to disrupt draw, or are you planning to knock out Timber?
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to let Kevin know it is all 3. Kevin's got it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So, okay, so we take out the Timber. There are 2 Duns and a Brute Bonnet on the bench. Conk in the active. Conk's going to be able to knock out that Water Pond easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Conk could also easily knock out Pidgeot and less easily knock out Charizard.
Yeah. And I'm kind of agreeing with Alex's, rationale here of taking the Timber, line up the Dusknoir and the Zard to take out some more of those resources as well. So if another Timber does come into play, the Dusknoir can clearly take care of that.
Yes, and I think based on that, Jason needs to get 2 Timber down or knock out that Dusclops.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the pressure that Water Pond does have, is that at the end of the day, Water Pond, you pretty much need to put 3 of your main attackers down. So like into like Gardevoir, into Dragapult, you need like 3 Ralts, 3 Dreepies, that kind of setup in order for you to kind of survive the first couple turns of the game. So definitely a very oppressive Pokemon and can definitely put a lot of pressure on here. So we're going to only see 1 Timber right now here, but we do have an Ultra Ball that we're kind of keeping our eye on here that could potentially get us that next Timber here.
And I think Jason just played Lana's Aid, which gets 3 in any combination of basic energy and non-rule box Pokemon out of your discard into your hand.
Yeah.
So that gave him access to 1 Timber, being able to go into the deck, get another, or get a Dun-Dun.
That's what I was hoping. It was to get the Timber, but it looks like we're going to go for the Dunsparce here, and then maybe we're going to hope to draw out of it.
Which is a bold move, Cotton.
It is.
But granted, maybe Jason's saying, hey, I have a Nest Ball available. I'll be able to draw and get more out. I just really need to see some other cards here.
Yeah, definitely. So we're looking through that discard pile here. Let's see what other things we can kind of do.
I mean, Jason has a stacked hand.
Yeah, Dusk Ball.
Interesting. So Dusk Ball, it's a great ball, but for the bottom of the deck.
Yeah.
And that actually is really good. I think we found a Timber.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
There we go.
So the less fantastic part is we have 0 Dunsparces right now.
Yeah, but at least we have attackers.
I mean, being able to stream attackers right now is huge because now that Dusknoir Charizard play is not a game ender for Jason.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, no, I'll take that recommendation of cruising Pokemon. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So then, Brian, how hard does Jason need to fight for more Duns, or are we okay?
I mean, it's tough. I feel like we do need to get some more on the board, but I mean, depending on these prizes here, we might not get punished too much here.
And I think that's really going to come down to it is what are the prizes?
Yeah, Bear and something else.
I mean, Bear's pretty good.
Bear is definitely good.
Going down to 3 prizes is actually fine because if Kevin pops Dusknoir at any point, Jason has to take a single 2-prize knockout to win the game.
Yeah, definitely. So Kevin's going to have to be very careful with how he uses his resources here. Let's see what we end up going for. We're going to play the Noctowl here.
Which seems good.
Yeah.
And so is Kevin trying to disrupt? Are we trying to be aggressive? What's kind of the move here?
Yeah, I'm wondering what we're trying to do here also. It looks like we're eyeing the Prime Catcher.
I actually love Prime Catcher Iono here.
Yeah.
And so for me, Prime Catcher Iono will enable Kevin to knock out the Brute Bonnet and the Booster Capsule.
Yeah.
Which prevents Conk from being able to attack with no energy. And Ionoing Jason to 3 with no Dunsparces on board would make it very, very hard for him to reset that up.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see if Kev is on the same page as us with this current play here.
Sometimes they are.
Yeah. But either way, even if he can just use Counter Catcher or something like that, because he is behind on prizes right now, it could be a way for him to preserve that ace back, potentially.
True. That is very true.
Let's see if we have a Counter Catcher still in the deck somewhere. Let's see.
We do Buddy Pop.
Buddy Pop.
So why do you think that is?
Probably just to set up some more extra Pokemon here. It looks like we can get some more ghosts here. And just to load up the board and just kind of keep, thinning out stuff from the deck too. So those are a few reasons that we can kind of do something like that. I do like the Hoot Hoot, and I'm okay with the Charmander. I probably would have preferred.
I mean,
Duskull.
Hilariously, we could just Klefki knock out the Ancient Booster Capsule.
Yeah, we definitely could. And I could also see a way of, like, going, Dusknoir Iono is a pretty good play, too. So let's see what we decide to do here. We're going to go for the Night Stretcher.
We kind of made a good point, though, about Dusknoir, and that is a very, very high-risk play.
Yeah.
Because you allow Jason to win the game with a single attack.
Yeah.
Oh, but we are going to use the Dusknoir.
Yeah, looks like it.
And even though this does lead to Jason just needing a single knockout, it puts Jason at 2 prizes and then an Iono to 2, assuming that follows. That's really good.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see if it comes down. There's the Iono.
And choosing not to go after the Brute Bonnet.
Yeah. Oh, and then, Alex has a good point. The Booster Capsule, I guess, makes you immune to it.
Wait, why does that make it immune to it?
I think the Booster Capsule have like a...
Oh, it boosts the HP. So you're not going to be able to Dusclops or Dusknoir and knock it out.
Yeah.
Because it's 180 HP.
Yeah.
So I think using Dusknoir on a Timber is definitely a good move. So now the question is, did Kevin draw energy?
Well, let's find out. Let's see here.
I'm assuming so with the quick search for Charmeleon.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's the energy. There's the attack, and then...
Do see the knockout.
Yeah, so now we only have 2 Pokemon on the board here. We've got a Timber, and we got a Brute Bonnet. We got no draw or anything like that here. It might just be a pass over, unless we can boss stall something, potentially.
I think we have to try to, but these are dire times here for Jason.
Yeah, definitely are. So we're going to see the boss onto the Noctowl here, and I hope Kev's got a way out here.
And are we just going to pass, or are we going to at least poison? We're at least going to poison. So, all right, take some damage. I assume Kevin can still Prime Catcher or something similar?
Yeah, probably. And then we do have energy also, so we can go both ways here. We can... Oh.
Well,
okay,
that will do it. The Briar Charizard knockout for Charizard to take down the Conk.
All right, Kev, much cleaner game this time.
That was a much cleaner game
there
this
we go,
time.
Kev.
All right, so we will go over to Raging Bolt versus Dragapult, and we actually have a 2-2 tie here.
Yeah.
With Eli having an opportunity to close out the game. And, okay, well, we get to tune in just to see Eli close out the game.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to see it. And then we're going to see the knockout happen here.
And Sandy Shocks is a really interesting inclusion in these lists now.
Definitely. The Sandy Shocks is able to synergize pretty well with, the Ancient Supporters and all that. And it's able to, I'm pretty sure, accelerate energy to itself, too. So that definitely helps.
So being able to accelerate to itself, I think, is the whole reason why. And hi, Brian. Welcome back to being the face of Nerd Rage Gaming. that self-acceleration is huge because that enables you to rely less on things like Sana and Crispin to apply the pressure you need to late in the game.
Definitely is.
All right, so Brian, we got a little bit of time here.
Yeah.
We've seen some interesting things. So I want to just talk to people about one thing.
Yeah.
2 things. First, you should like and follow us.
Yeah.
Can you walk them through that because they actually see your beautiful face?
Yeah. So, if you like what you're watching here, you can follow us on Twitch. You can like us on YouTube, and you could, if you would like to, also subscribe to both our YouTube and our Twitch channels as well. We do have a Twitter page. You guys can like, follow, and all of that stuff as well. And yeah, that seems like all that stuff. We also have a League Cup coming up.
And that is number 2.
Yeah.
We have a very big event happening.
You know what was funny? Last week, I saw like in the chat, you were like trying to say we got a League Cup, and then as soon as Bryce turned off the stream, I was like, oh, we got a League Cup.
I literally was watching it go, oh, we have, and then it cut away. All right, so I'm going to come join you for this one. So
yeah, Felix, thank you for joining us for today's stream as well. Glad that you like watching everything as well here too. So
yes,
we definitely appreciate all the love that we get every single week on our live streams.
No, appreciate it. And honestly, we love having you all here. Alex, just real quick, you can yell at me. It is plus 60 HP. But yeah, so we have a League Cup coming up on March 8th. And obviously, as you can see right now, this is Seattle format, which is, to be blunt, not that exciting because we've been in this format for like 6 months.
You said March 8th?
March 8th. Tell me you don't have that in your calendar.
I unfortunately work.
Homie, you are literally on the team, and
no, I was just making sure I had to see because I'm pretty sure I do work that weekend, unfortunately.
Okay,
so
well,
I'll have to find a replacement.
Clearly, we need to coordinate better.
Yeah.
Team. Anyway, really impressing everyone here.
Yeah.
So we do have that League Cup on March 8th, and that is the first weekend of legality for Ascended Heroes. So we're gonna have, Pokepad, Dragonite EX, Mega Dragonite EX if you want. Other competent cards. What else is in the set that's good?
I don't know. I opened 2 ETBs. I didn't really get much out of them, but I saw that there's a Mega Frostlass because I pulled that.
Yes.
It doesn't seem very good, though.
Shout out Maddox. We actually were talking a lot about Mega Frostlass and how that could be splashable and stuff.
Okay. Good to know.
Just saying. Dude, Munoz, it'd be awesome to have you out here. Next time there's a Milwaukee Regional or something you feel like coming out, would love to meet you.
Yeah.
And N Zekrom, yes, Alex, that is the big one.
Yeah, because I opened the 2 ETBs and those were the box toppers, so I got 2 of those now.
Heck yes. So March 8th will be our cup. We will be streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Also, the only regional that weekend is Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico does not have a stream. So if you guys want to see the new format and games, we actually get to advertise this is the place to be that weekend.
Definitely.
So Brian, kind of looking forward to that. Anything people should know about our cup?
About our cup, I mean, $1,000 prize pool.
100%.
A lot of people show up. Potential for $2,000.
100%.
I mean, we have the whole store out there for the day.
Also 100%.
So,
yes, literally.
There's gonna be a lot of we usually like to get a lot of the nice singles out there and stuff for the people to buy as well during the day. So we got a lot of that going on as well too, and generally we get a lot more people traveling up from different parts of the state. We get our Wisconsin friends coming down for those events as well. So there's always a lot of big names that come out for these events, and people like to call it a mini regional, which we definitely take as a nice compliment.
I love it. And honestly, I'm hoping we get a little more attendance than we have recently, because unfortunately it hasn't been where we are. But when I say it's not what we want to be, it's been like 60 people.
Yeah,
which
I know, right?
I love that that's a low end, but we would love to have you come out. Like Brian said, we do have kickers at 64 and 90 players. We do bump up the pricing, so it's not just more people for less money. Also, top 4 people auto-qualify for Invitational, which is a big deal.
Definitely.
And, I mean, you get the cash, you get the stream, we get to have people on here, and you guys will have us all day yapping all about these games. So if you're going to Houston, if you're going to Orlando, this is the best place to start prepping for those, because you get to see some real tabletop stuff to prepare for those. Oh, we are going to have a stream in Puerto Rico? Cool. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we'll be competing with that.
We'll be competing with that, and probably competing with the Zool
yeah, that's fair. That's fine.
Co-stream.
No, but either way, it'd be awesome to have you guys out here. And then if you don't want to watch Pokemon, come play with us.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so I'll jump back over there. Brian, we've got a couple minutes before our next round gets up here. Is there another deck you want to talk about from either Japan or from...
Do you want to talk the Dragapult list?
Oh, do I want to talk about Dragapult?
Yeah, we can talk about that because rotation is coming up, so we can talk Dragapult.
I am so here to talk about Dragapult. And let me tell you, my friends, Dragapult, still one of my favorite cards.
Oh,
this
yeah.
deck is awesome.
It is. It definitely is. And this one's an interesting one just because you can see the Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is an interesting addition.
Kangaskhan is very interesting.
I'm not a fan, but there's a couple things I like to notice here. One, the Kangaskhan is there. Two, unfair stamp.
Unfair Stamp is huge, and coming out of Fukuoka, literally half of top 16 played Unfair Stamp as the ace
and
back.
we've definitely seen it as, you know, the prices for the card have started to come up as well, too, as Unfair Stamp has been pretty much the only disruption card that we kind of have in the format right now, too. So,
which is crazy. And honestly, it is going to be such a powerful disruption card because otherwise it's Judge. As Jake Gearhart has mentioned many times, Harlequin, it is... I don't know if that's going to be the one, but Unfair Stamp is good.
Yeah, Unfair Stamp, definitely good.
What's up, Michael?
You guys each want a pack?
I would love a pack. Thank you.
From the raffle?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh,
Thank you, Michael.
Round 2, you want round 3.
Nice. All right. Thank you, Michael. So we are doing raffle for Pokemon Day. It looks like Brian and I each won a pack. It's Series 4, so I'm actually going to treasure this.
Yeah.
And Brian, can you hold up your prize? Oh, yeah, you're not on screen anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, so it's always fun to win.
Yeah.
But speaking of winning, one of the weird things in this deck is if y'all haven't noticed, this plays a Clefairy EX. And Clefairy EX is not something you typically see in a Dragapult list.
Yeah, and I think that's interesting because I was talking to Eli about this earlier because, well, one, a lot more decks are using Crispin now. And, I mean, it's part of this Dragapult list as well as one of the ways to power up Dragapult in absence of not using Neo Upper Energy.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if we're able to play 4 Crispin, we might as well use it to power up a Clefairy to kind of help out in stuff like the Mirror. And it can also help out decks like against and with Raging Bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Raging Bolt's even playing it now.
Which makes sense because Crispin, I think someone said 11. Oh, who was it listening to? Crap. I don't want to like not give you credit, but 11 of the 16 decks in Fukuoka. Oh, Mahone was saying this. Played Crispin.
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane that this card is that popular.
Yeah.
So I love seeing like some interesting cards like this. And part of what Unfair Stamp enables is you can Crispin and then disrupt the same turn.
Yeah.
And so Dragapult loses a couple pieces, though. We lose Counter Catcher, which is a big deal. Obviously, we lose Iono, which is a huge deal. But we gain some consistency in Meowth EX.
Yeah, the Meowth is pretty much Luminion.
Right. Which is insane.
I forget, though. Isn't there like a drawback or something like that?
So there's no drawback to it. It is just Luminion. It has 170 HP. Literally, it's the same stats as Luminion.
Yeah.
It also has an attack for 3 energy that does let you shuffle it back in or put it back in your hand.
It's pretty much, it's got a loop.
It can loop.
It can loop.
For 3 energy, which is a lot.
Yeah.
The downside is it is turned off by Rocket's Watchtower.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
And so that actually makes me happy, though, that there is disruption in play. Now,
Yeah.
however, y'all can see a Chi and Pow in there, and you may say, why the hell is there a Chi and Pow in Dragapult? Brian, you know what Chi and Pow does?
Yeah, it bumps stadiums.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it is very similar to Pump Kaboo in the past. You use it to bounce path.
All we need is Lugia now.
No, we do not ever need Lugia and Archeops ever again. Get that out of here. Don't even put that into the universe, Brian. Sorry, as all you know, I hate Lugia. I am so glad it's gone.
It's my favorite deck, too, so it's funny to joke around about it.
I know. You just like that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of I'm a hater for a lot of cards, and Lugia is high on the list.
Definitely.
All right, so for this deck, though, one of the really interesting things is that it is the same freaking deck, just with more attacking pieces. So we're almost going back to straight Pult, not including Dusknoir whatsoever. And is that something we're going to see consistently, no Dusknoir going forward?
That's an interesting piece to kind of think about. I really like the Dusknoir, but I guess it depends on the speed of the format. Depending on how slow or how fast games kind of go, we can definitely see the Dusknoir kind of coming back. But if it gets like way, way, way slow, I can definitely see like the heavy monkey use being a lot better instead.
So Nobody Buddy is a good point because this played 2 Brock Scouting, really respecting item lock in the format. I don't know how you don't play Buddy. Well,
yeah, I mean, I guess they're their
It's only
way out is like, oh, we'll play 4 Pokepad instead, so we can search both of them out. But I don't really know how good of a
That was a very mature way to describe that, Brian.
yeah, I don't know how good of a trade-off that is.
I think that's the issue, though, is Buddy Buddy's really, really good for the Dreepy and Budu, and it helps with nothing else. Why are they talking so? I don't know. It's what we do.
Yeah.
It's what we talk. It's a great point, actually, Assat.
Oh, we're waiting for the next game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have our rounds waiting to be paired because we're doing this at a tournament.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for the next game to get set
the
up.
next game hasn't been set up yet. So once we have that next game, we'll definitely be showing it. So
Absolutely.
this is just our way to kind of fill the time in, so we don't have like a break screen going on or anything like that.
Yeah, we're here. I don't really feel like turning it to black screen until we get a game again.
Yeah,
So here we are.
definitely.
But no, Brian, to the point about Buddy Buddy Poffin, with only 4 cards in here that are grabbed with Buddy Buddy, it kind of makes sense to just focus on Pokepad, Ultra Ball, and the like.
Yeah.
So that's all. Thank you. We will go on. Appreciate
we
it. And the other thing with Dustar, the one thing I think of is Cypher did not rotate. You're right. And also, listen, Alex, it's best of 1. When you're in best of 1, you do not mess around on consistency cards.
Yeah, I mean, Charizard lists during that time were playing 2 Rotom Vs. I remember that time.
Yes. Even Dragapult was playing 2 Rotom Vs at that point, which is a bold move. But so, Brian, the other thing to know, and I think a reason to go against Dustar, Dragapult has such an advantage when they pop Noir, pop Clops, and then Iono their opponent to 1 or 2.
Yeah.
With only Unfair Stamp and Harlequin, you can't force that much of kind of a brick hand.
Yeah, definitely. And interesting, Gio saying, how do we feel about Pokepad? Well, 1, I haven't pulled any because these pull rates are horrendous. So
That is definitely a problem.
and I don't want to pay $7 for each Pokepad because I've been seeing people pay for like $30 for a playset, and I think that's outrageous.
That is
1.
insane.
And then 2, I don't know. I haven't really played too many decks that are playing full counts of it. I mean, I've only been playing Zoroark, and the Tord list that he posted only plays 1 Pokepad, and I feel like I haven't really noticed much of a difference with or without it. There's definitely been times where I've wanted a second Ultra Ball instead of a Pokepad, just because there's stuff like the Pecharunt that I need or the Zoroark EX or anything like that. Oh, yo, shout out to that vendor, Arctic, for getting you the that Pokepad. But
dude, that is, man, you have networked effectively, my guy.
yeah,
That's
definitely,
awesome.
Definitely, but I don't know. Guess we'll have to kind of wait and see how much of a consistency card it is, but Pokepad being like a very prevalent card definitely encourages more item lock, so we'll kind of have to see how the item lock kind of plays into that and how much of a push and pull we kind of have in the format because of that.
Yeah, and that is definitely something interesting to see, is what is the payoff from a deck building standpoint of how you approach things.
Yeah, because I mean, the beginning of this rotation was kind of interesting because there were a lot of like the Dragapult lists that were playing the heavy Brock scouting counts and stuff like that because Badu was so prevalent at that time. But, you know, as, you know, the format kind of went on and we were already using, you know, Badu as much, this and that, then we were kind of able to get away from using the Brock scouting. So kind of like it's kind of like that push and pull that we were kind of mentioning a little bit earlier, where it's like sometimes we feel like we'll be needing it, sometimes it's not. It's kind of a meta dependent I guess card count that depends on how much Badu or how much Frillish we could see.
Can I tell you how much I would love to get away from Brock Scouting? Like, number 1 on my hit list are Brock Scouting and Hilda as just horrible cards that are sometimes necessary to play.
There's definitely a big gap in how much you hate those 2 cards, too. Because Hilda is
significant.
definitely up here, and Brock Scouting may be like hanging around here.
Yes, that is very true. I've made my feelings about Hilda clear.
Very clear.
And as we saw from Moshi play Hilda while only having a Blood Moon Ursaluna in the active spot.
Yeah, that's
listen, I'm just saying I'm right, guys. I'm saying I'm right. The other thing I would say is currently we have 2 3-0 players, Kevin, D, and Eli, who we've already seen twice.
Yeah.
We're not going to show you guys them in. But do we want to take another opportunity to see Conkeldurr? Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to see Conkeldurr versus Poltnoir, because Poltnoir is actually not a deck we really saw a ton. Moshi's game only showed us Blood Moon Ursaluna. I absolutely, Sammy, agree. I hate to play 2 Hilda, which is why I played 1. And it worked really well for the first 8 rounds. and then everything stopped working.
I feel like 1 is kind of a stretch too, in a way, but you kind of need it.
Listen, I will make the right decision even if I hate it.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me go let these guys know we are ready to go because
Kevin
Pokémon
Eli.
versus Conk is a little interesting.
Yeah, it definitely is, just because one deck definitely feels a lot faster than the other. So.
Whenever everyone else is ready to go, you guys can go.
So it's definitely interesting because the Conkeldurr definitely feels a lot faster than the Dusknoir, or the Poltnoir. So that's gonna be something to kind of think about for sure.
So that is one of the big things with Poltnoir. Well, when you start to buddy pop it in your hand going first, you don't really stress about these things.
Definitely.
But no, having the ability on Jason's end to apply so much pressure early is a big issue for Polt.
Yeah, definitely.
So then with this setup, though, it doesn't seem like it'll be as big of an issue.
Yeah.
So, Brian, what else is Alec doing turn 1?
Well, trying to get the Badoo in play is definitely huge here, just because we definitely want to see that item lock come in pretty soon, because the item lock will be huge because it prevents those really quick rare candy plays. So
Yes.
Being able to get that down is huge here. So it looks like we're going to pass it on over to Jason, and we'll see where we're able to go here. So we're going to grab some of those Dunsparces, and we do have the Dunsparce in hand as well, so we'll be able to draw a lot of cards in the next couple of turns as well.
That's a big thing for Jason to be able to play around the Badoo, is if you just have some, like, depth to your hand early, that Fan Rotom gets your setup, so having access to a couple Dunduns is a huge deal.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Getting another Fan Rotom with Fan Rotom is not ideal, though.
Yeah, definitely not.
So does this mean there's more Dunsparces in hand?
Hopefully. We'll see.
I also agree, hopefully.
So it looks like we're going to be playing that Fan Rotom as discard fodder, and we're going to be using the Ultra Ball to get us what I would think would be the Brute Bonnet or a Timber here.
My guess is a Timber, because I think we just got rid of a Girder.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah. So we're going to get that second Timber down as well, and we'll kind of see where we go from there.
And I mean, this is a really strong board for Jason, too. We've got multiple conch lines, we've got multiple Duns, and if we so felt, well, we're going to be able to take a knockout with Fan Rotom eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
Sammy, I actually agree. I think Raging Bolt will be strong. Anytime you go into a new format with some uncertainty and poor deck building, bro, set up an aggressive deck that forces your opponent to answer, and you're going to be in a good spot.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to see the Dracloak come down on Alex's side here, which is good, just so we can get some more of that draw going as well here. The Lily's Determination will get Alex 8 fresh cards to work with. So we'll kind of see where we can work with on the board state from there.
That's really good. And in the chat, Geo, I mean, honestly, I think Pokepad's an incredible card. If you are reliant on it to play your game, it's still only 4 copies in your deck, so that's going to be tough.
Definitely. And it's kind of like we were saying earlier with the, like, you know, if there's a lot of item lock, then it definitely will devalue the card a lot too. So definitely something to kind of think about.
And then also for Mike. Hello, Mike. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah.
And Asa, yeah, Polt definitely can run this over, but I'll tell you from experience, if Conk sets up aggressively, it can actually respond really, really well.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, if you don't get the item lock early enough, then Conk could definitely run you over as soon as the rare candy Conkeldurr kind of comes down. So definitely something that we gotta keep in mind. So Bear's gonna come down here. Let's see here what we're gonna grab. Looks like we're gonna grab the Latias, which means we'll be able to get our item lock going here as well.
And I don't especially mind that. I think it's a fine play for Alec, because getting that item lock in to prevent Jason from using rare candies is big. The only thing I would say is there is energy in hand. I probably would have rather spend an attachment if I have Neo Uppy available than I would put that Latias down. But what are your thoughts on that, Brian?
Yeah, it's kind of tough because I feel like every time I start to get a good energy setup down on my like Dracloaks and stuff like that, I end up drawing the Neo Uppies, and then it just kind of messes up everything. So definitely a thing to kind of think about, and definitely to plan around. I feel like with Alex's side, he's fine with where he's at right now, just because as long as this Dracloak doesn't get gusted up, he can just have it all set up and ready to go for the next turn.
So I agree, Sammy. I think putting down the stadium now is unnecessary
Yeah.
because Jason's going to be able to take a knockout, and based on that, there wasn't a way for Jason to actually use the Brute Bond in the first place.
Yeah.
Saving that for when Conk is actually a threat is probably going to be much better.
Definitely, especially when most times you're playing only 2 jamming towers. It means you only have 2 opportunities to kind of shut down that poison line. And if you're already throwing one of those opportunities away now, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult to work around it later on in the game.
Agreed. And then that is exactly the thing. And we just talked about post-rotation. There's a very limited hand disruption. That is not the case now. Alec can throw Iono after Iono at Jason, but it's only going to stick effectively if it has that jamming tower with it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And it's tough, too, because even though, like, we have the play right now, and we're not able to go straight into the Conkeldurr, the fact that, like, we could just knock out the Badoo here now and have it for the next turn is definitely something to think about, too.
It is. And being able to use that jet energy to take a knockout, hold the enriching for later, that's a big deal.
Yeah, definitely is. So we're going to draw 3 here.
So the one unfortunate thing I want to note is that Jason did Ultra Ball away a Girder turn 1.
Yeah.
And being able to evolve that up manually right now would be really important.
Definitely. And the one, like, really shining part about Alec's next turn here is he can definitely punish really hard here. Because it doesn't seem like we got too many Dunsparces or other drop materials here on Jason's side here. So it can definitely be a time for Alec to punish here.
And so we won't be able to do a full board wipe, but we would be able to clear both Timber from the board.
Yeah,
and that,
definitely.
honestly, that's just as good.
We got Boss, too. So we have all the pieces we need.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
so we need Pult, Energy.
We have everything in hand, pretty much.
Do we have a Clops?
Well, I think we're working on that part.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely working on that part. But we have Ultra Ball to get the Pult. I guess it kind of depends on what we can get off of these Dracloaks. We have Iono and something
This is,
else.
annoyingly enough, a time when Hilda would be very good.
Yeah, definitely would be good.
So let's see what we get.
Oh, we have Halucha. We can clear. We can clear this. So Ultra Ball will get us to Pult here.
Wait, how can we clear? Timber has 80 health.
Oh, it has 80? I thought it had 70.
No, it has 80. We agreed. We were 10 damage away.
Short.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately. But, you know.
Asa, you are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Pult is favored here. Unfortunately for Jason, just was not able to keep more Duns on the board.
Yeah, definitely. But at least we'll be able to clear out, like, the Fan Rotom and one of the Timbers for sure.
Well, I mean, I think you obviously want to clear both Timbers here, right?
Yeah, if you can.
Were we able to find a Dusclops?
I don't believe so.
All right, well, that's problematic.
Yeah. So we're going to... Oh, I guess...
Wait, does it have 70?
It might have 70.
Hold up. I got to look at this. If it has 70, that's obviously a huge... Wait, then we would have had game.
With Clops.
Right.
Yeah.
Did we not have access to another Ultra Ball?
I don't think we did.
Okay.
I think we only had the one to get the Dragapult.
And which ones are those? Those are the pretty ones. Black Bolts.
Yeah.
They do indeed have 70 HP.
Yeah, I feel like because you need to play Buddy Poppin.
And so previously, and these are from Black Bolt. Prior to Black Bolt, the only ones available were 80 HP. So that is actually catastrophic for Jason here, and nearly game-ending, if not game-ending.
Definitely.
Now, granted, each of those Timbers he has are $8 each, so, man, Jason is blinging right now.
Definitely is. Definitely.
All right, so then, Brian, is there any way for Jason to come back here?
I mean, it's tough, but as long as we're able to kind of get more Timbers on the board here and more of those Dunsparces. I mean, 2 Buddy Poffins definitely helps to kind of load up the board with some more support here.
Sammy, I do not think you'd go wrong with Pult Noir. Honestly, I think Pult Noir is a top 3 deck until rotation happens, and then Pult is still a top 2 or 3 deck for the next couple formats.
Yeah.
It is just so strong.
Definitely. And even with all the hate that's been printed for Dragapult, it's still so good. Even with like the Battle Cage and the Psyduck and this and that, it's still definitely a really good deck.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, so Jason has honestly rebuilt a highly respectable board here.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
even with, and we do get the Brute Bonnet, even with Alec applying that pressure, Jason can respond.
Yeah, definitely can. It's going to be a bit of a slower response here. We'll definitely be able to take, I think we can take at least a knockout here. We can like counter catcher up like the Duskull or something like that to knock out. So that's definitely something we could do. But
listen, Budu is your best friend as Polt, and you definitely can cheese your way up there.
Interesting choice to go for.
I think we're going to knock it out.
Because with the poison, right?
Mm-hmm.
Poison and Mochi?
I guess we're not actually knocking it out unless we do attach the Mochi.
I think that's the plan.
I actually don't mind that plan.
Yeah, I don't either because, I mean, this is taking away some of the draw from Alex's side, so I definitely do like this play here.
Also, with Conk, Mochi, Stadium, Jason can't reach on a Dragapult.
Yeah, definitely.
So being able to poison both here and then knock out the Dracloak, Jason goes down to even prizes with Alec.
Yeah.
Takes another damage to that Phantom, which isn't great, but I mean, honestly, he's in a pretty good spot now.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see where we're going to go now with this turn here. I mean, on Alex's side, we're able to Night Stretcher and Lily, so at least we can get a Dreepy back potentially, and then we can also just try to load up the hand again with 6 fresh cards. So that looks to be our plan here.
And that is good to get more of a clean setup. To be honest, Alec could still basically win the game this turn if he is able to wipe those Timbers again.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a little tough too.
Well, honestly, he only needs 2 pieces. He needs a Clops and a Counter Catcher.
Yeah, definitely. So the Clops, yeah, the Clops can definitely get us there. So let's hope that these 6 cards will provide us all those things to see. But let us see.
And having, honestly, Lily is such a good supporter because even middle of the game,
we have the Clops, but we
man,
don't have the Counter Catcher.
Oof. And so that's unfortunate because Alex had a chance to just run Jason off the board. So do we just knock out this Fan Rotom at this point?
I think so. I can see some good merit into doing that.
To be honest, I feel like we knock out Fan Rotom in the Enriching Energy.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Because with no other way to Gust, no other way to Disrupt, you're not going to be able to knock out both of those, or even one of those Timbers. So in my mind, why not just take 2 prizes?
Definitely. So it looks like we're eyeing an energy. I definitely like it on the Monkey Dory here.
So I agree, because we still have Neo Uppy available, so there will be a way to accelerate to that Dragapult. I use accelerate as a strong word.
It's definitely interesting, though. We're just going to go for the attack here.
And I don't mind that.
Yeah.
What else do we really want to do this turn?
Yeah, and Mo, I was definitely thinking about the Clops Rotom play, just to see if we can get some other knockouts here, but it's definitely a more unpredictable route, I would say, just because it definitely depends on what Jason ends up promoting. But it looks like we might be looking at that play potentially.
To be honest, I am opposed to the Clops Rotom play.
Yeah,
I would like to save Clops to allow it to become Duskmar to then close out the game next turn.
Yeah, so it looks like we're just going to take the 2 and then put some more damage on the other Timber here. So it looks like we're putting some more damage down. Let's see where we're going to be putting it. So we're going to put the other 4 on the Brood Bonnet here, and we're going to take the knockout on the Timber, and we're going to take a knockout on the Fan Rotom here as well. So Alex is going to be going down to 2 prizes here, and we're going to be promoting that Dunsparce. So Jason's next turn here, he draws that Dusk Ball off the top here, and we're going to go straight into the Rare Candy Conkeldurr here. So now that we do have that poison package kind of set up here, we'll be able to take a potential knockout here as long as we get the Binding Mochi.
And so I think that's the risk, is if Jason is able to knock out this Dragapult, Alec is all of a sudden in a very, very difficult position because we no longer have a way to take a multi-prize turn.
Yeah, that's the tough part about it, is just because now we're going to need some extra pieces here, and it's not something that, like, Bear could just solve. We're definitely
Right.
going to need some more pieces to kind of go around. And taking that early knockout on that Dracloak ended up being a big play for Jason because it ended up putting Alec a little bit behind in a way on his little prize trade here. So.
And so that's
Yeah.
even beyond the prize trade, it prevented Alec from being able to stream Dragapults.
Yeah.
And that's a huge deal.
Definitely.
So for anyone playing Dragapults, not that I'm like the pro, but I would say one of the biggest deals is being able to consistently stream your game plan. If you are going to attack with Dragapult, but there's a solid chance you're not going to be able to follow up with another Phantom Dive, a lot of times you're putting yourself in a really bad losing position.
Definitely.
Klopsron, Pokémon. So that's the issue is, yes, you can if there's no disruption, if you're able to find Blood Moon. I think for me, I am much happier having the Dusclops or Dusknoir now to close out the game alongside Blood Moon because it also means you're more resilient to disruption. And we are going to see the knockout with Conkeldurr here.
Yeah, definitely. So having that Gravity Mountain's huge here because now it's going to lead to that full knockout.
And so Alec has an advantage that Jason has no... well... Okay, so we have multiple Brute Bonnet. Do we have another Timber? Yes, Fly. Number one, thanks for joining, man. But Fly, you're absolutely right. You
Fly.
need a consistent game plan throughout the match.
Yeah, definitely. Fly the goat.
Fly is the GOAT. Do we not have another Timber to bench here?
Looks like we don't.
Ooh, Anch, the Mind Bend play is not a bad play.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too, is like how good Mind Bend could possibly be here. So.
But we see the Blood Moon Ursaluna on Jason's end.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's absolutely in a winning position here.
Yeah, definitely. Because putting down the Ursaluna now is just going to be planning ahead now for Jason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Mo, it's a good point. Like, maybe that's totally fine to take a 3-price turn there and bang for Blood Moon. In general, I always just prefer to give myself a few more options later in the game, but I don't think it's wrong. All right, so then, Brian, we're going to see the knockout on Dragapult. Is there anything else Jason needs to set up here?
It seems like Jason's got kind of everything that he needs right now, which is pretty good. I'm kind of hoping to kind of see what Alec is looking to do in this next turn. I definitely want to see kind of the ways around it. I'm very intrigued about that potential of a what's it called? The Mind Bend play. That's definitely the one that I'm really, really hoping for.
So the only issue with that is Jason still plays multiple Jet Energy.
Yeah, which is a way to get around it. But, I mean, with stuff like Iono, because now that we are down to, 2 prizes left?
Yes, we are. Thank you, Brian. That was very subtle. I appreciate it.
Definitely. It could be a way that we can kind of Iono, and all of a sudden it'll be a little bit easier to break the turn a little bit more.
And so we are going to be able to take the knockout here with Blood Moon.
Yeah, and we're still going to play the Iono too, which I do like this.
I feel like the Iono is a necessity. Also, Fly, nah, man, you are the GOAT,
Yeah,
but
Fly
thank
the
you.
goat.
And Ansh in the chat, Iono and CC could actually be a good option. We do see the knockout taken. Did we not Iono?
I think we played Hilda. Did we play Hilda? I think we played Hilda instead.
That can't possibly have been correct.
No, I don't think so. But I think we played Hilda. I think that's what we did, though.
I stand by my statement. That couldn't possibly be correct.
I don't know.
Did we miss something?
I want to say that we played Hilda. I think that's the reason why we didn't play Iono.
I mean, I agree. Why?
Yeah.
But why?
Don't know.
I'm so confused, Chef.
Yeah.
I agree. Blood Moon Bonnet only wins the game with a second modifier. It has to be Mochi.
Yeah.
Because it would be 240 plus 10 for poison, be 250. So it wouldn't be closeout yet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex,
Yeah.
for knowing that my hating is key entertainment for everyone.
Definitely is.
Jason, and Alex has 2 prizes. Jason only has 2 prizes remaining rather than 1.
Let's see. I'm kind of confused now. I'm trying to like read the board state now to see what we're able to do here.
I mean, I think we're really just digging for Mochi at this point.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if we hit Mochi, we just win.
Yeah.
Or if we hit Boss, we win because we can Boss knock out Latias.
Boss, yeah, definitely. I feel like going down to 1 is not the way to win the game, though. I don't know.
I mean, I would agree. And actually, I think it's a good way to say it of what is the game winning play versus what is the just we're playing the game.
Yeah. Okay, Ultra Ball. Let's see.
Alec is displeased about what is happening here.
Yeah, we're just drawing every single card in the deck at this point.
Which, to be fair, is a good strategy from Jason's end.
Definitely is. Let's see if we still have...
And I mean, Alec is showing the Iono and saying, why didn't I just Iono? And I kind of agree, man.
No.
So we do see Jason get to draw another 6 cards here.
Yep.
And so, Brian, what do we need to win?
We need Mochi or Boss, right?
Yes, I think we need either Mochi or Boss.
I guess if he didn't use a supporter, that's going to be the tough part about it. We'll definitely have to ask him about it later.
Alex, I'm so glad hating is also your passion.
Yeah.
I actually, Brian, you know this. I'm a pretty positive person 98% of the time.
Very much so.
Just not with Hilda.
No.
No, I'm sure any women named Hilda are lovely people, but not with Hilda the supporter.
Definitely.
All right, so then we'll get to dig again. And this is something that with Dun Dun, sure, you're drawing 3 cards every turn or every time you use it, but you're also shuffling in 2. So even though we've continued to draw, the value, we do see the Boss.
Yeah, there's the Boss, and then we're going to get the Latias, and that will be game.
And Alec is sad.
Yeah.
Alec had 3 Ionos in hand and declined to play any of them.
Yeah.
And is upset.
Yeah. Rightfully so, though. It's just tough.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Before we watch Alex sit in misery more, we are going to jump to our other game. And we still have Greninja versus Dragapult.
Mochi
And
got the hat on.
we do have the hat. And we've Ryan at 4 prizes, Mochi at 2. And this usually spells success for Dragapult, but there's an interesting board there.
Yeah, there's a lot of dice on the board right now.
There are, and I think that's 170 on 2 different Dragapults.
Yeah.
Which you would say Mirage Brush could be good, but that Terra ability blocks it.
Definitely. So, interesting. We're going to see on Ryan's side here. What's our play here? We got the Ignition Energy here. Are we going to go for the... I don't think we could do a 4 prize play here.
Sammy, you're right. The world is certainly healing. There's no Hilda post row.
Yeah.
And Chef, you're absolutely right. I think Alec did make mistakes that kind of led to him losing there.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to get a 4 prize play here. But there's definitely a lot of dice on the board here.
Anasa, I will tell you straight, my friend, I am never going to say anybody needs to unsleeve and leave. We are all figuring out how to play in the best ways, and I don't know about you, but I misplay a bunch. And I would say, Brian, you can vouch, I'm a pretty competent player.
Oh, yeah. I mean, your Limitless Pledge, definitely.
There's a lot there.
There's a lot there.
The new ones we need to ignore, but there's a lot there.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
But, dude, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to find poor lines, and then we're going to learn from it because who, buddy, is Alec going to learn from that one?
Yeah, definitely. And it's one of those things, too, that we use our locals to learn anyways.
Yeah.
Even though it is a point event at the end of the day, and it's one of the more sweatier events, we're going to still use this as an opportunity to learn anyways. So it's definitely going to be one of those things where we're definitely going to talk to Alec afterwards, be like, hey, these are some of the things we notice, and kind of see if he decides to use any of those tips and all that stuff too. So
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we do see now Ryan goes down to 2 prizes remaining. There's 2 damaged Dragapults on the board. Mochi has some stuff in hand, but we don't really have a way to draw outside of that Lilies. So I'm not sure what the play is here for him.
Yeah, and then Anch, we don't have a round timer, but we usually keep track of it via Michael, our judge, and he'll usually kind of keep us in the loop about what the what the round time kind of looks like. And then Fly definitely saying rewatching the stream helps a lot. And Fly is the type that he'll rewatch his own stream on the official Pokemon stream as well, because he's got a lot of those ones too. So we have 5 rounds tonight. Chef Blanks, and then Ben. Ryan did lose a game. He lost the first game, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a tough matchup.
Do we know who just won that one? I think Moshi had to Iono and whiffed the KO, and therefore Ryan was able to go Dusknoir knockout or just knockout. So, dude, I'm telling you, man, even toward misplays, and he will post about it.
Definitely. Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of the people who misplay definitely like to review their stuff the most. So definitely one of those things that we definitely like to review a lot.
For sure. I will say, though, there is one round I will never rewatch on stream, and that is me playing in Milwaukee when I thought I had used my V-Star and I had not. There's no lessons to be learned from that one. We just burn the tape and move on.
It's one of those ones, too, where it's like you make that mistake once, you never make that mistake again kind of thing, too.
Absolutely not.
It's like with my my first ever regional, I forgot to submit my deck list.
Oh, dude.
I never made that mistake again.
I mean, I could understand that. That one hurts, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. And then Vocati, those Budu coins actually came from one of our locals, Alfredo. He made a bunch of them for all of us. So
wait, did he really? I gotta ask to steal some from him. Those are sick.
I remember. I forgot which event. It was like before an event. He just had like a huge Ziploc bag full of them. He was just handing them out to all of us. So. It was definitely fun. I still have mine at home somewhere.
Ben, I actually play your locals round 1 whenever I'm feeling really bad about life and I need something to perk me up. So thank you for always documenting that into eternity.
Definitely.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
And Ninja is a tough match for Polt. It's one of those one of those decks where if they pop off first, you can just get run off the board.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm always worried about that like Greninja matchup, just because it's like, as soon as the Grand Tree comes into play and you get attachment on the first turn, you can pretty much just destroy the entire board. So it's one of those things you got to be careful about. But at the same time, for like a matchup like Dragapult can also take advantage of that as well, and can also go straight into Dragapult using Grand Tree as well. So
I love using Grand Tree to get Polt. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So
Alex, it is possible. I do call that out because we certainly want to make sure everyone has an opportunity to learn. And boy, do we help with that. And yes, dabbing, I am here only as a ghost. I don't actually exist.
Yeah, his voice is here because he is both Dan and Bryce today.
I should probably pop over.
That's okay.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
I actually do exist.
He does exist.
Yes, Bryce is not here, so I'm attempting to run the stream. And Brian, I am absolutely showing you how to run the stream so we can swap next time.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm not very good at this.
I know.
All right, so Brian, we've got one round remaining to see who's going to be our top 2 auto qualifiers. Kevin and Eli did play last round, so one of them will have an L unless they both decide to try to play out next round. So what do you want to see in this last round?
I don't know, actually. I mean, I just want to see a good game at the end of the day, good matchup, interesting game. I just wanted to see like an actual game kind of happen. I don't want it to be like kind of like Eli's like last game where he kind of just gets those early baby bolt snipes and stuff like that.
I don't want to see Blood Moon pass.
Yeah,
no one wants to see Blood Moon pass.
Something like that. So hopefully we get some actual games kind of going. So that's what we're hoping for.
That'd be the dream. Yeah. I would love to see some good Polt Noir. I'd love to see some Absol box. I don't think there's a ton here. I'm glad we're not seeing any Guardy because I also hate that deck.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, then real quick, before we do get into last round, just a reminder. We have a Cup March 8th.
Yes.
We will be here yapping. Brian will not be here yapping, as he just told me now, 7 days before the event. So someone else will be yapping with me.
Somebody will be here. I'll look for a replacement, but I will be working in the hospital. So.
Yes, and we'll be with Ascended Heroes, so Pokepad, everything else, and it will be a minimum $1,000 prize pool plus 4 auto qualifiers for our invitational. And then also, we have locals next Thursday, which will also be Ascended Heroes. So this is our last bit of non-Ascended Heroes because it's a CP event. We kind of gotta.
Definitely.
And then also, just the standard content things. Please like, please subscribe on YouTube. Just come join the fun. Follow us on Twitch. I don't really care if you subscribe on Twitch, but I'm sure Norm would. So
yeah, you'd appreciate that.
Probably. So if you feel like it, go for it. Definitely. But then, Brian, going into Seattle, I'll go back to my little hole over here. What do you think's going to take it?
I don't know. I mean, the Mega Box being like as good as it is definitely putting a target on its back. Part of me still wants to say Goldengo.
Okay.
I just feel like Goldengo is just too consistent, and it just has too good of a matchup spread to not win.
So that is actually one of the ones we have not looked at quite yet.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't, just because I feel like all the deck lists are kind of the same.
Well, so that actually, we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
This is the list that got second place at EUIC. And we have a Mawile, we have a freaking Cramorant in there. This is one of those teched for the mirror lists. Well, is it? Yes, it is with Charm, but no power, no super Powerade.
Yeah.
So Legacy, Ben, tell me about Legacy. But what do you think about this Dengo list, Brian?
I mean, it's got some cool text in it. The Mawile is definitely a super cool one as well. I really like the Secret Box. I really like Secret Box over something like the Prime Catcher, just because it offers so much more consistency and utility.
Yes.
Over the aggressive like gust that you can kind of get with the Prime Catcher. So I definitely do like that part about it as well.
I think that consistency is big, but I will say it is probably a little more susceptible to shenanigans.
Yeah.
And shenanigans, I played Cactus. Cactus is one of those shenanigans.
Definitely.
But even then, yeah, if you're able to sit up and play the game, you're going to be all right. And yes, Charmander, Stop, Briar, Dustoir, and Rocks. It is also really, really good in the mirror to prevent Solrock from being able to two-shot another Solrock. So you can force yourself into a winning position after your opponent's been a little bit more aggressive there.
Definitely.
But also, everyone should listen to what Fall says, because he is a genius.
Yeah, he definitely is.
And so,
having an amazing season too so far.
Dude, he is. And Rafal is going to be on his way to Seattle tomorrow. So Rafal, good luck to you.
Yeah. Make me proud for giving up that spot at the regional.
Yes, Brian deregistered just so Rafal could get a slot.
Get inside. Exactly.
Yes, what a guy.
Yeah.
And Sammy, I played Cactus because Poltmore just has a horrible matchup into Goldengo, and I wanted at least a card that could help. And Moltres was not strong enough, so I'd rather pick something that could help in other things. I didn't really need it against the one Dengo I played, but I cornered against my Raging Bolt opponent 12 times in one game and then took a 6-prize turn. So Maractus, it was worth the card slot.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, so then, Brian, is this a version you would play if you were going to Seattle or something else?
I probably wouldn't have played Goldengo. I probably would play Dragapult. But
okay.
if I were to play Goldengo, I would play this version only because I saw... I would play something that has Secret Box because I know Josh Frink plays that, and Josh Frink's my boy.
Josh Frink is the absolute man, and anyone who knows Josh Frink should appreciate that they are just awesome.
Yeah.
Which they actually were on a heck of a run into... EUIC and then just sputtered slightly at the end.
Definitely.
So definitely pulling for them. Are they going to Seattle? I think they are.
I would assume so.
I would assume so. They go to everything.
Yeah.
All right, so we have two matchups. We have Dustoir versus Bolt, and then we have our kind of for the winner of the league challenge. We have Alzard versus Ninja. And Brian, I kind of want to see Alzard versus Ninja here.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, so who is favored in this matchup?
The Zard versus the Greninja. It's again one of those things where it's like if it depends on who gets the pace first.
Okay.
Just because both decks can kind of take advantage of it, even though the Zard can't get the Infernal Rain proc off of the Grand Tree, but both players being able to get Pidgeot set up off of the Grand Tree is definitely something important to kind of think about. So. I'm definitely something to kind of to keep in mind with this matchup, and there's going to be a point in the match where the Zard will definitely be able to knock out everything on the board too. So that's another thing to kind of think about too.
And I think that's the interesting part is that if sorry, I saw a chat up there. Jose, thank you very much. I appreciate the support. I would agree, and I think that's one of the tricky things whenever you're playing consistency cards that are shared.
Yeah.
You have to pick really carefully when you want to actually use them and take advantage of them.
Definitely.
Because you're right. If Ryan puts down Grand Tree to get his Pidgeot, and he allows Kevin to do the same, that could be a losing move.
It definitely can be. So it's one of those things you got to that both players got to keep in mind is that it's a very powerful tool, but it's one tool that goes both ways. So
yes,
definitely gotta consider that. So our players will be able to start pretty soon here, and this is going to be our last round of our league challenge.
And Michael, our judge, very kindly waiting for us to say when to start because we've slowly figured out a better process here.
Definitely. So the nest ball is going to come down off of Kev's side here, and hopefully we're going to see that fan rotom come down here, and we're going to get a little bit of a similar start to Kev's last game that he had against the Conkeldurr. So let's see what kind of start we can get here.
And that nest ball down is a huge, huge deal because getting fan rotom will allow him to set up. Now, granted, that doesn't include Charmanders yet.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's tricky.
Yeah, and then with dabbing, I can definitely agree with leaning towards the Greninja just because I feel like there's a lot of advantages with it. Just because if the Terapagos comes into play, that Shinobi Blade can definitely be very effective as well. And then the Mirage Barrage can definitely destroy a lot of the momentum that Kev can kind of develop here on his board early on in the game. So definitely see both sides of it, but the first couple turns will definitely play a big part about who ends up winning this game.
Agreed. And just for comments, dabbing, I think Greninja definitely could be favorable. And Asa, that's okay.
Yeah.
Be a problem, win the whole thing. And Chef, yeah, the damage that Dengo does to itself hitting Cactus is also a big selling point because it puts you in such a better position.
Definitely. So let's see. We get the fan rotom out here, and that's going to get us a Pidgeotto.
The Pidgeotto is interesting.
Yeah, the Pidgeotto is definitely interesting. I do like the fact that I kind of can get down with this because we're going to get item locked next turn. So the Pidgeotto provides like the manual evolution as well as free retreat.
I agree.
So it gives us a little bit of a pivot as well. So if we decide that they put down any sort of like stadium down or anything like that, then the fan rotom can come into play early on in the game as well.
And I think that is a big deal. The other part of this is Kevin knows Ryan doesn't play a ton of Iono. So the likelihood of getting disrupted is low.
Yeah.
So being able to take advantage of that and get the energy down in fan rotom, yeah, I agree, Brian. This is a good start.
Definitely. I mean, even though we have no Charmander, this is still a pretty solid start just because it gives us a lot of opportunity to kind of grow the next few turns here as well.
Fly, yes. Announcing corner 12 times is insane. I cornered Latias once. He turroed it. He had used Prime the previous turn to knock out my Fez.
That's crazy.
And then he knocked out my Cactus with his Kangaskhan. I popped a Dusclops on his Kangaskhan. And then I cornered each Owl 4 times and cornered his fan rotom 3 times before gusting up his Kangaskhan and using my only Phantom Dive of the game to take 6 prizes.
Definitely. So we're going to see the Artisan come down on Ryan's side as well. And that'll get Kev his Charmander too.
We were just talking about that shared resource.
Yeah.
Like, this is a gamble letting Kevin get that Charmander out.
Yeah, but at the same time, Ryan needs this to even play the game, period. So
True.
he's going to need a lot of these pieces here too. So we're going to see the energy come down here, and let's see if we get that stadium. Town Store coming down here as well off the chorus. And we're going to get that attachment onto the Froakie. Fess is coming down as well. And this is interesting too, because now that shared resource stadium is down too, now this fan rotom can attack too.
It can. And so the risk with this, if we don't get another Froakie down, is that Kevin will be able to gust knock out this Froakie.
Yeah, so let's see what we get off the top here. So we have the Pidgeotto at least, so we'll be able to retreat for free here, potentially.
And I think Kevin is debating taking a prize on this Budu. There's not... The downside is you allow Ryan to use Fez.
Yeah, I feel like it's better to just leave it alone for now and see what you can draw off of, you know, just being under the item lock. Just because if you open up the Fez for Ryan, that could definitely be more of a detriment than anything. I feel like the only reason you take a prize here is if you have boss and you're able to take the prize on the Froakie. And that even seems like a stretch too in a way.
So, and I don't mind that. I think just the biggest risk is if you allow a Mirage Barrage here, you could just lose the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if that Pidgeotto and that Charmander go down, you're just done if you're Kevin. And Sammy, Cactus is great when you corner their Budu and they go, huh, I really wanted to Phantom Dive next turn. Guess that's not happening. Do we have another Charmander.
Yeah, another Charmander is good here. Looks like we're going to go into the Pidgeotto here as well. And let's see. We're looking at an Iono here.
And I mean, that's pretty good because Ryan was clearly setting up his hand in order to get exactly what he needed last turn, and he had the tree in hand.
Oh, he had the tree, and then he also had the Ignition Energy and the Greninja, too.
We were about to clear the board.
Definitely.
And so now, though, if Kevin does decide to knock out this Budu, we can always Artisan to shuffle the deck and try to find it again.
Yeah, definitely.
But I kind of agree with you, Brian. I think it may be better just to not knock out this Budu.
Yeah, it might just be better just to like leave him under the item, like just to stay on the under the item lock, see what we can kind of do, and then just go from there because we don't want to give Ryan more resources than we already kind of are.
I would still like to see him retreat into yes. I love this, and I would love to just see a pass.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see a pass?
Let's see. Let's see, Kev. Let's see if he listens.
Never mind.
Charmander.
Now we can knock it out. Now I actually am all for taking that prize.
Yeah.
Because Mirage Barrage can no longer prevent us from setting up a Charizard.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too, that I was kind of mentioning earlier, is like when you go into these matchups against stuff like Water Pond and Greninja, you need to have 3 of your main attacker, whether it's Ralts, Charmander, or like Dreepy, anything like that. You need a 3 of so that your entire board doesn't get cleared out.
Because Ryan is about to Mirage Barrage.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got Hilda Rare Candy off of that Fez, and who buddy is that good?
Yeah.
Sammy, number 1, that ice cream is a big deal. Number 2, I prized 3 Night Stretcher and a Dusclops in one game. And
can you even beat Crustle playing Dragapult?
yes, because you attack with Dusknoir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so you can pop Dusknoir and then attack with Dusknoir and basically clear them from the board. Plus, if you're able to Phantom Dive a Dwebble that has a cape on it at any point, you get far enough ahead, you're okay.
Okay.
Assuming you don't prize all of your Night Stretcher and a Dusclops, because it makes it very hard to play the game if you have to take those one at a time as you take prizes.
Good to know.
Yes, it was not great. It was day 2 was not great, boss.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at this. We are seeing the Mirage Barrage turn 2 for Ryan.
I know, and it's a thing that just comes by such a surprise. Like, no one ever expects it.
And the nice part is Ryan's able to pull this off without putting down the Grand Tree.
Yeah, definitely.
And we knock out both Hoot Hoot and Pidgeotto. This is so tough for Kevin. We're going to have to raw find Charizard, and even then we're not knocking anything out.
Yep.
So what does Kevin do here?
Ooh, this is going to be tough. Let's see what we can work with now. So we got the Dawn.
Which is a good start, absolutely.
Yeah, Dawn can definitely get us like Fez, which is part of what we need here. Hopefully Fez can draw us into like Rare Candy or something like that.
And the nice thing is we can get the Charizard, Charmeleon, and the Fez to at least put ourselves in a position to be able to stream attackers.
Yeah, which is also good too because it thins out more cards from the deck. Hopefully we draw better off of the Fez. Looks like we don't have Charmeleon here, unless I guess we would have grabbed it if we could.
Sammy, honestly, 2-Pole felt fine. If you hit the 4% of games where you prize both of them, all right, dude, that sucks. Go second. But in general, I was able to find it pretty consistently, and having the 3rd Night Stretcher was wonderful.
Yeah.
And Jewish Kid Fly, I love the support here. And yes, knocking out the Pidge could definitely be good with Rotom.
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting Fez. Wait, what are we getting with Dawn?
I think we got Hoot Hoot, Noctowl.
Okay. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan pieced it together like, hey, that's 2 basics, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, Dusknoir for stage 2.
Felix, you are dead on. He does need a stage 2, and we did get there. So, what is the plan, dude?
Well, let's Fez and pray.
That's a solid plan, honestly.
Yeah.
I assume there's already a Charizard EX in hand. Otherwise, we would get that off of the Dawn.
Let's see it. Oh.
I see an A-Spec.
No. It's not the A-Spec that would get us anything, though.
It is not. It's a really good one.
It's a good one, but not for this current.
It would let us knock out Pidgey if we have a way to retreat. And that could be a big deal.
Yeah. And I feel like, though, that's the only tough part, like, about this is that we'd have to give up the extra resource just to retreat and all that stuff. I don't know if it's really worth it.
Sammy, if you want a mirror edge, play the third Dragapult. I think 2 Dragapult will put you in a bit of a tougher spot in the mirror. And you can drop Maractus or something like that in favor of it. But I would say in general, I think the list like that is good.
Ooh, so we are going for the Prime Catcher play onto the Pidgey.
I mean, that has to be correct, right?
Yeah, that's probably the best that we can do.
The downside is you're about to lose 2 of these Charmander pieces.
Yeah.
And that is a problem.
I mean, at least we still have the Fez here, so that at least the Fez will... At least for now, we have the Fez.
Yes. Because Ryan can take 3 prizes this turn. It's going to be hard to take 4.
Yeah.
We do see the Buddy Poffin. So, like, what is Ryan trying to set up this turn?
Probably just the backup attacker, and then maybe like a Ghost or something. I feel like a Duskull would be pretty good here.
Sammy, I agree. Charmeleon Hoot is probably the ideal knockout here if you don't knock out Fez Charmeleon.
Yeah.
And then Fly, my assumption is that he already has Charizard in hand.
Yeah.
Unless you're seeing something else.
Yeah, unless you see something I don't see.
No, that's exactly my thought, because I agree. It just makes sense to get Charizard there.
Yeah.
So then, if you're Ryan, are you doing anything crazy this turn except just trying to find an ignition?
That seems to be the most optimal thing we can do. If we can get ignition, I mean, it'll progress the board the best that we can do.
Which, I mean, is good. Also, Ryan, going down to 2 prizes with Kevin still at 4 and no Dusk on the board, I mean, you got to imagine that's a winning spot, right?
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. So we're going to see the Fez come down here. We got a Duskull, or Dusk Noir, a Lily, and an Iono.
It's all pretty solid cards.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think the thing we really just want is an ignition energy.
Yeah. So we're going to get the Pidge back.
All right. And then at this point, do we Iono, knowing Kevin has an enormous hand?
I don't know if that's the play here.
I guess let me ask you this, Brian. How important is it to dig for ignition?
I don't think it's that important right now. And I only say that because I feel like this Greninja is not in any... It's not in any sort of danger right now.
That's a good point.
So I feel like you could just get away with like a Shinobi Blade, search out the ignition, and then you can set up for a Mirage Barrage the next turn.
Just to win the game with a 3-prize turn?
Exactly.
I think that's a great line.
Yeah, or if you even are able to dig for like Gust, you can even take the 2-prizer on the Fez. And like, if you haven't played Supporter yet, you could just like take the 2-prizer on the Fez, or you can even knock out like the Charmeleon. And I feel like all of those are still like good plays here. And the benefit of the Shinobi Blade is it allows you to it allows you to search a card out anyways. So
I think that makes complete sense.
yeah, those are definitely some good plays to kind of consider.
Gio, I went with that route of 2 Pult, 3 Stretcher. For me personally, I think that's a better mix because I'd rather have the more flexible cards of the Stretcher. And with Hilda, Dawn, 2 Pult, and 4 Ultra Ball, you have 8 outs to find a Pult. And having 8 outs versus 9 outs to me for a single card that doesn't help you play the game doesn't seem like a ton of added value there. So I would rather have 3 cards that give me more consistency throughout the game. And if I'm going to jump from an 8 count to a 9 count, I want it to be something on like a draw or a setup supporter.
Yeah, it'll be something that can provide more utility than just being a Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. Because turn 1, if I see a Dragapult in my hand, I'm miserable. Turn 2, see Dragapult, I'm miserable. It's only it's only turn 3 forward I really want to see it. And so in that case, why am I playing more cards that I don't want to see during the first 2 turns of the game?
Definitely.
All right, so then on Ryan's side, we do get the Pidgeotto and Ignition energy. Are we using that energy?
I would think so. If we're searching it out right now, if we went through the whole like process of using a supporter to get this energy, I feel like we are going to be using it, and I feel like we're going to be using it so we can take out at least that Charmeleon, and I'm thinking we could take out one of either the Fan Rotom or one of the or maybe the Charmander, or the Hoot Hoot. There's definitely some options here.
I would probably say the Hoot Hoot, because I think leaving a Charmander or 2 Charmanders versus 1 Charmander down doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Felix, it's on limit list. For day 2, you're just going to have to scroll way down the list, because I did start 6-1-1, and then, oh boy, did the wheels come off. And I mentioned in my Twitter post, but like, I prized double Budu against Guardy. Against Crustle, I prized 3 Night Stretcher and Dusclops. Against Charizard, I prized Latias and started Bear against their started Water Pond. Just, the day was not mine. So, are there better lists? Absolutely. I feel pretty good about it. So, if you just look at my Limitless page, it'll be the last one there from EUIC.
Yeah, and I feel like another thing, too, is I feel like with a lot of Dragapult lists, I feel like that skeleton is, like, very similar. It's just about, like, preference on, like, cards 58, 59, and 60 that are kind of different from list to list.
And I agree. I think it's very, very similar around the same structure.
Yeah.
For Alex, playing around Briar, I think that is a big brain play if Kevin had a way to take 4 prizes this turn. But with no Dusknoir, we wouldn't be able to take 4 prizes anyway.
And also no Charizard or no other attacker or anything like that.
All of those are very important pieces, too. All right, so Brian, what does Kevin do in this turn?
Well, he put another Hoot Hoot down. Well, now he can go into Zard here, which is nice. The only problem is I don't think we're taking a knockout on Greninja here, but at least we can take knockouts on, you know, stuff like Fez or anything like that. So I wouldn't mind if we were able to find a way to gust Fez. Oh, but this is tough too, and it's like, I think you were right, Dan, about taking out the Hoot Hoot, because as soon as we put the Charizard into play, now we can use the Hoot Hoot.
And Ryan did take out the Hoot Hoot.
He did, so this is a fresh Hoot Hoot here.
Yes.
But either way, I think it was the right thing to do, so.
Agreed, completely.
Yeah, so we're going to be putting this Zard into play now. Infernal Rain's coming down here, and now we are going to see an attack finally come down here on Kev's side.
So for dabbing, for selling you on Dawn, I think one of the biggest things I bump into with Dragapult is being slow to set up turn 1 and turn 2. Being able to get at least a 9th out to a supporter that helps you set up and play the game, I think, is a big deal. It was a research, but with an increase in Dragapult being played, research feels worse because you can't control the resources you're ditching. Into the mirror, if someone's buttowing you, being able to get down a Fez, another Dracloak, and a Dragapult for later or something is still fine. So a lot of people were playing 2 Hilda. I went with 1 Dawn, 1 Hilda, so that way I at least had a 9th supporter that if I saw it turn 1 or turn 2, I could get value out of it, as opposed to Hilda, where if I see it turn 1 or turn 2, I'm either flipping the table or calling a judge of myself. So that's kind of my thought of just having a 9th supporter that lets me play the game effectively under item lock. And Hilda is a heck lot better than Brock most of the game, and it's a whole lot better than Hilda a lot of the game, so I would rather go with that.
Oh, and then do we have the ignition? Oh, I guess we get ignition here, and we finish the game.
And that will absolutely close out the game with a 3-prize turn on Pheasantipity, and then literally anything else. So Greninja goes to 4-1. Kevin is 4-1. I believe Eli just won to go to 4-1.
Ooh, so we have an interesting little split here.
And then Elias and Jason, one of those two will also go to 4-1. So this is going to be interesting.
It's going to be an interesting standing, yeah.
So we mentioned before, and I'll just come over there and join you, but we mentioned this before that, I have to hit transition. Dang it. Yep, there we go. So the top 2 players from this event do auto-qualify. And yes, Ryan, well done. So auto-qualify for our invitational in July. We're going to do it in July, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah, totally. Or maybe June. We'll probably do June. Whatever.
Maybe, well,
because we'll do June
charity for one of the events, and then the next month will be the other one.
Yes, we'll do charity in July, and then we'll do invitational in June. So good, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
And so top 2 are going to qualify for that. Everyone here is going to get points towards qualifying for that. There's a bunch of store credit and everything available because it is a challenge. And I mean, Brian, they just got the joy of having us yap about them and us give them so much crap for good and bad plays. So what are your thoughts coming out today?
I mean, we had some really good games. We also had some really bad games, but it was just a good split. I feel like we saw a lot of different decks here. It was kind of refreshing not to see Gardevoir.
Yes, thank goodness.
Which was kind of nice. And I feel like a lot of the decks that we showcase here today are good decks moving forward, too. So they'll be able to have a place past the rotation. So I think our players are going to be preparing themselves way past Seattle and going into the rotation as well.
I agree. So Greninja is an interesting one. We're going to lose Pidgeot. Holt obviously is going to be great. Raging Bolt obviously going to be excellent. There's still some cool stuff. Brian, you want to talk to Ryan a little bit?
Do you want to talk to him real quick?
I can talk to him real quick. So if you're on, because then we'll also shamelessly leverage this as an opportunity to advertise the cup as well.
Let me grab him.
All right. So, and kind of like that, I'll let you stink past me. I'm just going to be Brian for a second here. Hi, I'm Brian. So, we are going to have that invitational. As we talked about, it is likely going to be about $1,000 store credit for the top cut. We always do an asymmetric top cut for invitational because why would we not? That's so much cooler. And then we'll give people a chance to win a sick trophy that we get made every single time for invitational. So if y'all are interested in playing in it, if you come to a cup in top 4, you auto qualify. Come to a challenge top 2, auto qualify. Or just come and hang out with us a bunch, you can qualify by getting points. And energy is the best. Thank you, Jewish kid. I appreciate that. Hi, you're totally fine. So we were figuring out some prizing stuff for seniors. But Ryan, you have been crushing it with Greninja.
Oh, wait, I'm not in the... What's up?
It's okay. You're Dan Hugo right now. But, dude, you've been crushing it with Greninja, even if I considered yelling at you a few times about pace of play.
Dude, okay. Genuinely, I actually feel bad. And I'm not one to complain about prizes. I think every game is always winnable. Prizing is a part of Pokemon, yada, yada. I don't want to complain about it. My prizes were really frustrating today, and I don't prize check until I need to. So then I have to adapt on the fly when my counter catcher is prized, and I can't win the game on the spot right now. So genuinely, I felt it, and I felt bad, but... Listen, there was a lot of crap.
Appreciate the lead-in of, I hate when people complain about prizes. You win no matter what. And not today. All right, so, dude, if someone is picking up the deck, though, just tell us a little about what they need to do to be successful with it.
I mean, one...
Prize check?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, I was saying today this was my last ride with the deck. I don't know if it's good into Ascended or not. In any case, I'm going to be playing Zoroark, so it's my last ride for sure.
All right, fair enough.
Whether or not it's good or not is another story. It should still be fine, I think.
That's fair.
Your Zoroark matchup is probably just abysmal, though. I don't know how you fix that. You just they're going to... A lot of them are playing Evo, I think.
Oh, yeah, if they go to Evo,
and so, if they just... literally, they get a Zoroark out and you're just...
Yeah.
You can't kill that thing. And anytime you hit it, they're just going to kill you. So that seems pretty bad. Otherwise, it's still mostly the same, I think, and it should be fine. A lot of the deck is just figuring out how to play your early turns, which is really just done through reps and trying to figure out what your pieces get what cards, because it's not a very conventional deck in those early turns. You're not really playing these robust draw supporters to fill out your board. Your ideal turn 2 supporters, Chorus's Tenacity or Hilda, pending on your hand, which, it's just trying to put those pieces together where Chorus gets me Grand Tree gets me Pidgeot gets me any card out of my deck. What else is in my hand? Nothing. Okay, guess we're going to Grand Tree into Pidgeot and then Ignition Energy the Pidgeot and get rid of the Grand Tree so my opponent doesn't have it and we'll figure it out next turn.
That seems like a great strategy.
There's a lot of just figuring out how to play your opening 2-3 turns with the deck because it's very not conventional.
Yes.
You're a stage 2 setup deck, but your middle stage 2s don't do anything for you. So it's really just get the Pidgeot out in any way, shape, or form, and you'll probably be okay. You can get any card out of your deck, and that's pretty good.
That seems pretty good. All right, so Brian, anything we should know about either invitational qualifying, cup coming up, anything like that you want to make sure the people know?
Did you say me or Brian?
You.
Oh, I thought you said Brian.
I said Ryan. There may have been a B stuck on the end, but Ryan, yes.
Cup next weekend, right?
March 8th. So yes, not this weekend, next weekend.
Cup next weekend after Seattle.
Yes.
Ascended Legal, amazing, awesome.
Very hyped.
We'll have some brand new format stuff coming at you guys. We're streaming that, I assume. Yes,
100%.
Amazing, awesome, love it. So
if
that'll be
anyone knows
really
a friend who wants to commentate with me, let me know, because Brian apparently can't as of today. So
that'll be really excited. I'm looking forward to playing Ascended format. I've been tired of this format and got bored, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick up this Greninja deck and quick search until it rotates. So that's how I kept the format interesting for me. But oh my God, if you've been playing Dragon Ball for the last 6 months or whatever in the same meta,
just run it back for another 9 months,
oh my
baby.
God.
Pull till the end of time.
Anywho, Cup next weekend. Locals qualifying is always going on. I don't know how far we are through the season. We've got.
We're only a little bit into it because March is going to be about halfway, so we're getting there.
Was the last challenge the
last challenge was the first kickoff?
So we're a month in. Heck yeah! There's plenty of time left in this thing. Should be fun.
Well, and dude, Ryan, thank you for coming to chat with us. Appreciate it. For everyone who's watching, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for chatting with us. Thank you for criticizing my approach to the game at times. I always love that. And thank you just for letting me hate on Hilda. I can't ask for anything more on a Thursday night.
Is so terrible.
Yes, it's so bad. But all right, so please standard content things, like and subscribe, or like and subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, NRG, TCG. Dude, if any of y'all want to talk to us, hear us out, let us know. We always want to interact with you.
Truly.
And then if you see any of us in these lovely jerseys, like, come say hi. I had a couple people come say hi at EUIC, and it just absolutely made my day. So I appreciate all of you.
All of the love and support on the stream is always so awesome to hear.
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely. So with that, we will be here in a week for Ascended Heroes content, followed quickly by our cup. So thank you for joining, and we will see you here next time at Nerd Rage Gaming.
Viva la Zoroark!